What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 109. Evan, you wanted to let everyone know real quick what's happening now?
Well,
with the episodes.
The Patreon shifted. We're not going to be doing the 1 week wait for episodes anymore, so this will just stay live for you guys afterwards. That's just a thing now.
Cool. All right, very cool. Yeah, so it'll just be up. It'll just stay live. You guys can watch it anytime. So that'll be up for you. Sean said he's uploading something, so he'll be in a few minutes. And Jordan's having some issues right now, so I don't know if we'll see him tonight. Maybe he'll be back next week, I guess. And then Max is at a horror convention, from what I've gathered, if that's correct. But we still have some people here with us tonight because we have a couple things we have to go over, including the Sonic movie and some others. Let's go from right to left here. OJ, Player Essence with us. What's going on, man?
I'm here, and I'm here to tell all of you guys that the best thing for Madden is for it to not be on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh man, is it? that's what they said that, didn't they?
Yeah, last year. So I'm just making sure I reinforce that because it's coming out this year. Patrick Mahomes on the cover. The best thing for the game, because we all have to support the creators, their vision, right? No easy mode in second. Yeah. No, their vision is no Madden is not good for this. It's not good for the game if it's on Switch.
Man.
So I support their vision.
If we want to support the artistic vision, then everyone should be okay with the Sonic movie.
Pretty much.
Hey, everyone complained about it, but artistic vision is only relevant when it comes to a From Software game in difficulty.
And Madden.
And Madden when it doesn't want to come to Switch.
You hear him, Nate's with us tonight. What's going on, Nate?
Not too much.
You were quite busy this week with a lot of recording, I saw. So a lot of games were hitting, a lot of indie games and stuff were hitting. So I'm sure we'll go over a lot of that.
Yeah, we'll go over a good like Scarface, Godfather, Grand Theft Auto game soon.
Yeah. And then Evan, what's going on? You had your free comic book day today, right?
Yeah, pretty burned out from that whole 8 hours of drawing and talking to people.
How'd that go though?
It was all right.
Yeah,
got some stuff done.
Was it busy there?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. Cool. Oh, very good. I saw the picture you posted on Twitter. Looked like you were set up and ready to go. So
yeah.
That's good to hear. So what's everyone been playing this week while waiting for Sean to get in here? What's everyone been up to? Anything good?
It was kind of there wasn't like a ton of other stuff that came out. So really, I've just been really going through Dragon's Dogma and realizing how amazing this game is. Like, it is a phenomenal RPG. I know I talked about it before, but there's so much to do in the game. There's so many cool skills, and the combat system, a lot of people like to liken it like, oh, is it like Skyrim or anything? It actually plays way better than Skyrim. It actually plays like leagues better than Skyrim, in my opinion, at least. When it comes to the action gameplay, it's really good. Skyrim has a better progression system, but the combat in this game is so finely crafted and well done, and it literally runs perfect on the Nintendo Switch. It looks great. It's an Xbox 360 game that was ported over to the PS4 and Xbox One, but there isn't a lot of, like, if people are still wondering whether you should get the game or not, like, it's $29.99 and everything's on the cart. There's one small day one update, and it's just fantastic. It's really good. It has some type of like pseudo online. I'm starting to get into that just a little bit, where you can like borrow other people's pawns, or you can send your pawns out, and they actually bring back items. I just got a little bit into that recently, getting some items from my pawns that have come back. So it's just it's really good. It's really good. It's $29.99. You can't beat the price. So I'm really enjoying that. And I've been really kind of getting hardcore into Joker in Smash Bros. I'm actually starting to like learn and win consistently with them. I've gotten to about 4.6 million Elite Smash. So I'm really liking what Joker is doing. I'm learning some new tricks. So that's really what I've been doing. Just Dragon's Dogma and really grinding out Joker so I can win a damn tournament, win a damn local.
Oh, is that the plan?
That's the plan. That's the plan. I've been using Wolf this whole time and losing to that damn 14-year-old or whatever. But I think I'm gonna go next. I'm probably gonna go next week, and I'm gonna try Joker. I think I'll be able to get him. I think because he uses Peach, so I think I'll be able to get him with my Joker. So that's the plan.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. What about Nate? You played like a billion games. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing some Dragon's Dogma myself, but I played on 360. I played Dark Arisen on the Xbox One, but the Switch, just having it portable, just makes it a lot more fun. But aside from that, I've been playing Saints Row the Third, the full package on Switch.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't grabbed that yet. I need to try that though. Sniper
Elite V2 Remastered. It's kind of fun shooting people in the head long distance, and the gyro controls aren't too bad in the game.
Yeah, that one I'm playing that one as well a bit here and there. It still looks like a 360, like you can tell it's a 360 game. It still looks like it.
You can, it's not visually amazing or anything.
But what game you guys talking about?
Sniper Elite V2.
Okay, is it like 360 game. I have the game actually. I played it just a bit. I wasn't really paying attention. So are you talking about like 360 game, the same as like how Dragon's Dogma kind of looks? Compared, or is it worse?
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's worse looking than like what they did with Dragon's Dogma. It still looks very similar to that 360 game. I think it's just they upscaled it really. I think that was mostly it.
Yeah, like I don't know if that's just strictly to the Switch version or it might just be across the board for this particular release. Like I don't know how the PS4 version of Sniper Elite V2 looks, so it could just be this is just a low effort,
like a quick port job basically. Yeah,
so
that's what I'm thinking.
Quicker than the port job of the one on the Wii U.
That's a good question. I would like to see some of those I'd like to see some of those comparisons. That'd be interesting. Nate, do you have it on the 360?
Yeah, I'll have a comparison for Saints Row up when the embargo lifts.
Well, I mean, Saints Row, or not Saints Row. I'm sorry, Sniper Elite. That's what I'm thinking.
I have to check because if I'll do a comparison of that.
I would really be interested to see that comparison.
Yeah,
different outlooks.
So yeah, I'll also have a Saints Row one up.
I need to get Saints Row. That GameStop's doing this really nice physical copy for it.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want to get that. I could have got a review copy. I was just like, you know what? I mean, I'm probably not gonna have time to play it anyway. Let me just go grab it because I'm gonna grab the physical copy because it's $39.99 and you get all that. You get like posters and
it's slip cover and everything too. It looks good.
They're calling it the Spawn Wave edition over on Player Essence, man.
All right.
We were like, this is Spawn Wave edition of. There's only one edition. It's the first Spawn Wave edition of the game. That's cool.
I'm gonna grab that. Yeah, I liked Saints Row the Third a lot. That was a fun game. So I'll grab it on there. I will. But you played what you called as well, right, Nate?
Shakedown Hawaii. Yep. This game is awesome.
It is really good. It is very good.
I mean, the way I've described it, it's kind of like you're like Scarface. You're just saying like I'm taking over this city in Hawaii. I'm shaking down all these buildings. I'm going outside with flamethrowers. I'm burning trees down so I can build like a high-rise hotel. It's just fun, and it is. I mean, you are kind of gangster in it.
Yeah, it's to me, it's kind of like how Saints Row made fun of Grand Theft Auto as well, because it definitely makes fun of itself a lot. But
yeah, like I love where I don't know how far you got into it because this is only probably within the first hour or so, where the guy has this soda company and he rebrands it to sell gaming soda, and then he's like filming the commercial and it's a live stream and the guy's spitting the soda out because it tastes so bad and he's faking like using the game controller because he doesn't know how to play video games and stuff. I'm like, that's amazing because it's mocking American culture of like how they advertise games and those stupid commercials like, oh, you got to tighten up the graphics on level 3, that stupid college commercial from years ago.
It's fun. Like it compared to if you go back to Retro City Rampage and then you go to this, you can tell it took them a while to build it. Like we've been talking about this game for a while, waiting for it to come out. And it's like this full open world style game. And you basically build up like your empire. Like you actually buy buildings and then you at that point get payroll and then you also get revenue from them, so you have employees to take care of. Like Nate, did you see the point where you can get a pharmaceutical company and if you buy them you get better health insurance and cheaper health insurance for your employees?
No, I'm not that far yet. I got too distracted by shaking down a bunch of buildings, and
that's really funny though. I did a shakedown for a building and they had a like a trap door that dropped in the basement.
I did that one last night, and then you get out and when you escape, the guy looks like, how did you get out? Yeah. I'm like, what's up? And the guy's just like, oh shit, I'll pay.
It's great. Yeah, you go and you shake them down you just like go in there and you go, oh, it'd be tough to run this place without shelves. And they're like, what? Then you take out a baseball bat and start bashing all the shelves in.
Yeah. Or it's just like, then you go outside, they're like, you know who owns this place? You walk outside and there's a gang attack and you're just in the middle of the street with like a machine gun shooting all the guys down. But it's like, oh, damage the building. I take out my flamethrower, start lighting it on fire. I love how like diverse how the shakedowns go. Be like, oh, you just stand next to the customers and you make them feel uncomfortable until they leave.
Yeah, it's just really fun. There's a lot to that game, and they had a mission that I did early on where you actually changed characters and you had to go save their farm.
Like what was it? The avocado farm or like the banana farm? You're sitting there shooting, like you're taking over different farms.
The cartel took it over. It's like,
and then you're playing, then you have his gamer son who doesn't do shit, and you're just like mugging people and you're robbing houses.
Yeah, it's a really good game for $20. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's a lot more varied than I was expecting. With just the whole, even like the tone of the game, it's a lot better than RCR was. I didn't really like that much.
Yeah, well, there's a lot more to this. Like when I actually started playing it, I was like, okay, now I get why it took them so long to make it. It's basically, if you liked top-down old school Grand Theft Auto, it's that but more. So if you enjoyed those games, you'll like this a lot. And it's coming out on the Vita. Like they're doing a full-on physical release for the PlayStation Vita.
Yeah, they put up the pre-orders. What was it, like last week or something?
Yeah, man, people are buying those up like crazy too. So that is really cool. But yeah, I think it's completely worth picking up. That's next week, right? The 7th, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, Tuesday, right? Yeah. So there you go. It'll be out then, and people can pick it up. But I think it's worth the 20. It's really, really fun.
Yeah, this seems like one of those must-have releases during the month of May.
Yeah. I also played Final Fantasy 12 because I went ahead and picked it up on the Switch. So I wanted to play it again and see how it looked and everything on the Switch. And it's good. It's fun to get back to 12 just because I played it back on the PS2 a lot. And I didn't really revisit it much on the PS4 when they redid it. But here I'm playing on the Switch. And it's actually really cool. They have a full reversible cover art, but they did put an advertisement in place of a manual. So they could have put a manual in here, but they put advertisement for Final Fantasy X. And I don't know why they did that.
Oh, they want you to buy that game too.
Yeah, all right, bought it. They should have just put it on the. They should have just given me a manual, but it plays well, 30 frames per second, all of that. I know Digital Foundry did a full like thing on it, and it was like I think lower than 720p in handheld and lower than 1080p in dock. But it's a PS2 game, so I really don't notice as much as I would for like a newer game. So
it's like right under 900p for docked, and then like 560 something or 570 something undocked.
I think it's 576 undocked and like 864 or something docked.
Yeah, like right under. So right around visually what. I mean, it's a PS2 game.
Yeah, I mean, I have a comparison of the Switch version of 12 versus the PS4 up on my channel, and like, yeah, you can tell the resolution's a little lower, but it's not so major that if you didn't see it side by side, you probably wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, so I'm playing and I'm fine with it, but it plays well in handheld mode, and that's how I kind of wanted to play 12 anyway.
Yeah.
So it is 60 frames on the X. I will say that. So that's cool. Yeah, 10's good as well. I have that on I got that on the Switch. The weird thing is though that the whole thing with the American release where you need the cartridge in to play your downloaded copy of 10.2. So I assume you got the version that released it in the East. That is the one to get.
Yeah, I got that one.
You're fine then. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, because both of the games are on the cartridge. I just gotta really find a bit more. I want to get through Dragon's Dogma streaming that, but then I want to find a bit more to kind of get some time to play that game. But yeah, it's really cool that they at least they have that option. I also get I think I know there's a game that I was watching you play too. I've talked about what was it? Final Fantasy, the Maxima game.
Yeah, that was I played that on the Switch a while ago.
Yeah, I remember watching your video on that too.
That one's pretty good as well. It played fine on the Switch also, but they didn't do a physical copy of it, which is weird.
You know, they did one in Asia. That one came in just a bit ago too. So
there you go.
Yeah, they did one where the whole thing is on there. That's why I kind of remembered it, and I remember your video on it. And I know it's kind of
like that one's kind of like Pokemon mixed with Final Fantasy.
Yeah, from what the little bit that I've played, yeah, a little bit like that. But they did do a physical version. Oh my!
Yeah, it's World of Final Fantasy Maxima Edition is what it's called. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, there is a physical, and you can get them. They're actually not too bad on Play Asia, guys. If you want to get a physical edition of the game, I think it's like $40 something with shipped. It's like $50. So
it's not bad to get it imported. Yeah,
it's not bad at all.
Jordan, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on? Sorry about that.
You smell like crap.
Internet troubles. No, my shower, all my plumbing is working now, so I had a good shower earlier.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, my power has been all funky from the storms yesterday, so my internet's been bad. So sorry about being late.
Your internet's back and everything's good now, huh?
Yeah, I'm good right now. We're here. Okay. I made it. Not too late, but late still. So
you missed all the topics. We went through the whole show in 15 minutes.
Oh man, see, I'm the one who slows the show down. I knew it.
We were talking about the games we've been playing. We ran through quite a few of them. Anything you were playing this week?
Yeah, there's a few different things. I finally got that Rock Band 4 guitar after all this time. So
where'd you find it?
So I found this one eBay seller who actually had a decent price on it for under like $50. And it works and all that, and it was good. So I tested it out this week and played like an hour or so of Rock Band. I played. So I'm working on a video on it. The 2008 Prince of Persia.
Oh, okay, yeah. The one where you
Nice.
can't die, right?
Yeah.
Super easy one.
Yeah. Because I find that one fascinating. I find the whole story of that. I guess it's such like the outlier game of the Prince of Persia series. So I played a bunch of that actually, because it's actually you can play it on Xbox One X or One in general. So
it's backwards compatible, yeah.
Yeah. So that's been cool. That's really it. I've been playing some Tales from the Borderlands and stuff like that, but nothing too much this past week.
See, you're perfect for the topic for the Borderlands 3 microtransactions then.
Yeah.
I do want to add, I played Nintendo Labo finally, the VR Labo.
Oh, you played the VR stuff. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I was telling people, I said I looked directly into the sun, and
Yeah.
it was all over.
It hurts.
Decided to stop.
It hurts.
It hurts. It hurts. Don't look into the sun with the Labo, kids.
Oh gosh, Digital Foundry did a whole thing on that, and that was something.
I almost bought the VR kit today.
Yeah,
Really?
I was at Target and they happened to have a bunch in stock, and I was like, $40. And then I said, nah, I just walked away from it. But I sat there for a good second and contemplated. I was like, do I need it now? And I said, nah, I don't need it right now.
You saved $40. I spent $33 with my Best Buy Gamers Club, and
ooh, what a deal!
I dislike Labo VR.
No, you have to.
Video.
No, the video has to be why it surprised you. And
yeah, I know.
Surprise
yes,
doesn't mean good. Doesn't have
there's
to
some
mean good.
surprises, but like my honest opinion of this stuff, man, I hate putting crap up to my eyes. Like I don't want to put anything that close to my eyes, whether it's good VR or not. But Labo VR just. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with that one.
Did it make your eyes water?
It made my eyes water a bit, yes.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that.
It made my eyes water. It's like you gotta hold it up. It feels like a job, dude. It feels like it feels like taxing to use this thing. Like it's just making it was cool. That was actually fun. That's gonna be one of the things. It was actually kind of cool to make it. It was like if you have like nieces or nephews, it's like great for that. Like building with the family and stuff. That's really cool. I did somewhat enjoy that. And like the tutorial is really slick and it makes it easy. You know what I mean? It makes it easy to build it. So that's good.
Dude, here's how you do your video. You start off number one, like your number one reason it surprises you. Oh, it was fun to make it, right? And then your number 10 or whatever your last number is, it's like it's also fun to break it. And then you just smash it on the ground at the end of the video. Please.
It's like I said, I saw the Digital Foundry thing they did, and it's like it's not set up for VR very well. We'll say that. It is 480p VR.
I've seen everyone's video where they get to describe it because they're always like, all right, we're gonna try the VR. Yep, it's grainy, but that's VR.
The best part is that Link's face are 2 dots and then like a dot for the mouth. That's it. You can't make out any part of their face.
Come on, they're going for that retro feel.
For the retro feel. You know what? They probably could have done like something crazy with an NES game or something, because we had that person on YouTube who made like the NES game but made it 3D so you could flip it. They probably could have done something with that, and it probably could have been a higher resolution than 720p straight up then. So
I think cool if like they had like an overhead view of like the original Legend of Zelda, but you can see all the panels. Like you can zoom in and zoom out and see the whole map, and
they should just
like that could be creative.
Something like I said, exploring like really like locations that they have like that we've known throughout the years, stuff like that.
Yeah, but I feel like a workout, man. I mean, I work out, but I mean, I'm up here holding like I need to put this down for a second.
They need to recycle some of those Virtual Boy stands and just sell them.
I don't know, man.
They should just sell a head strap.
But they don't want people. They don't want people sitting there with their heads strapped to this low.
Then you can't have VR.
Don't make a game like Breath of the Wild VR.
But then they need people to buy it, so it's.
I mean, it's like they should have made like Captain Toad VR compatible. The game.
Oh, that'd be perfect. Yeah, that would be perfect for it.
I mean, even do Link's Awakening, because it has that like weird
overhead
diorama visual camera style. So in VR, it would actually look pretty cool. But it still has the problem of I have to hold this thing up to my face for 20 minutes. That's exhausting to your arms. I know it only weighs a pound, but it's still, I mean, it's tiring. You're not going to play the game for more than like 10 minutes.
Dude, we fit, dude. It's a workout. They should have We Fit on there.
Yeah, it should be like you got to squat and shit with the VR, and it measures you going up and down. Be like, yeah,
Yeah, they should, dude. I mean, like, feel the bird, man.
there you go, Nintendo, a new Switch Fit. Wait, you got to
Oh my gosh,
in
dude.
VR mode.
Labo is not the business.
Nate, tell me about Saints Row the Third before we move on the Switch.
I'm not sure how much I can say, really.
Oh, is it under embargo right now?
Yeah, it's under embargo for.
I'm sure it's like
probably till
like
next
Saints
week.
Row 3.
Yeah.
There's some official information on it though, in terms of like how it runs and everything that we can talk about.
It's 1080/30 and 720/30, right?
Yeah, and then basically no like big visual enhancements or anything like that. It's pretty much
It's just a port.
just that port resolution and everything. So there's not going to be anything that's like added in, on top of that. So
I'm curious. I'm curious how many people missed that game.
Game sucks.
Yeah, I'm not the latest
Wild
one.
Sean appears.
No,
Sean's been looking forward to that game for a while. He kept talking about it.
What game were we talking about?
Saints Row the Third.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to
Remember,
it.
I told you it was like $2 on Steam, and you're like, "Oh, wait for the Switch version."
I mean, I don't play computer games.
Sean, you okay, man? You looking a little drunk. You okay?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm just
Okay.
tired.
Okay, just tired. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did your video upload?
Yeah, it finally did. I don't know what the hell happened. Like
Nice.
the internet just decided to restart, and then I had to wait for it to finish uploading, and then I had to do this, that, and the other. But yeah, we're good.
Is there a video coming out tonight? Now?
Yeah, it just came out.
Oh, cool. What is it?
I finally took a look at Sniper Elite.
Oh, okay. Nice. That was one I played as well for the week. What'd you think of it?
I like it so far. I mean, it's obviously a little bit what's the word I'm looking for here? It feels a bit slowish because of it's just how Rebellion games are though. Like I remember Rogue Trooper, it kind of felt the similar way as far as character movement was concerned. But I like it, it's fun. I love the headshots and the body shots and the way bullets can go through multiple angles and multiple people.
Yeah. It looks like a 360 game though, doesn't it? Like when you look at it. That's what I was saying. It looks like it's a straight port. Is there anything else you played this week?
Not. Oh God, hold on, I'm getting feedback here. Not really. No, I didn't really play much this week, honestly.
on that Mortal Kombat cabinet.
Yeah, I've been playing those arcade cabinets way too much.
I see your game room keeps changing and upgrading slowly.
Yeah, I actually got this bulb in today for my lamp that like changes color, and I got this.
Is that the lamp that's on the
arcade
floor?
sign? Yeah,
The one lamp in the house.
No,
This is lamp number 2.
We
Yep.
can get like one of those IKEA end tables or something for it.
You did it. You finally did it, Sean.
I'm not spending money on a table.
It's just like
got the lamp, but you got 2
$15
lamps.
end tables. Like
$50.
$15 end table from IKEA.
Oh, 15? That ain't
Yeah,
bad.
just go get one of those. They have them all over the place. Yeah.
That ain't bad. I could do that.
Yeah, and I don't think that lamp weighs very much. So probably fine. Yeah. I say that arcade room looks looking nice. You about to cover that entire wall in arcade units? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna move I gotta wait for the next batch. There's actually a Centipede one that's near my house for like $150, but I don't really care enough about Centipede to want to pay $150. Like there's a Centipede and an Asteroids one are on sale for $150, and I'm just like, I don't care about those games. But yeah, whenever they start doing like NBA Jam and shit, like has been rumored, like I'm gonna have to rearrange that whole room. I'll end up with just like
NBA Jam is gonna be
wall.
That's gonna be ridiculous when that comes out.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Very cool. Let me go over to some of the super chats. Evan, do we have any Discord questions?
We got a couple.
Would you like to hit me with one? Oh, Evan, did you play anything good this week?
This week was kind of slow. I've been playing Risk of Rain 2, which is still in, I guess, the process of being made on PC.
Nice.
And Sea of Thieves actually dropped.
Okay, hold on, because I saw you on. It's in the Discord that you were playing Sea of Thieves, and I was very confused.
Yeah, they dropped a patch on the 30th, which added an arena mode, which is literally just that's it. Small area, fight people, get loot, just very quick. And then they also added a pretty elaborate puzzle-solving story mode to the main like sandbox. So you actually have driven story in the game now.
Wow. Okay, so there's actually something to do in the game like that then that like kind of like directs you. Oh, okay, cool. So that game is going to be done like a year and a half after it came out.
About yeah.
Okay.
It's like most of the games we're seeing that are games of service, they feel like the early release games on Steam, like the try it out before we release it games. So
Anthem.
do so many more than just that, but like that seems to be how it is, especially for games that are more focused on the console release side of it that are going to try to continue forward. It's let's release the beta, tell them it's the full game, and then a year later we'll give them the full game. Okay. It's like, all right.
I've actually been watching some Sea of Thieves on Twitch because a few of my friends are playing it. And I will say about that game, the graphics, like aside from like the cartoony look of the like characters and creatures, the skies at nighttime and the water effects are absolutely incredible.
No,
like,
yeah,
that's where the budget I felt wet like that looks incredible.
That's definitely a huge focus. But since the crappy release that we all talked about, they've added things like Megalodons, ghost ships, and just how they interact with each other. Like you can be fighting a ghost ship, and then if the ghost ship hits the Megalodon fights the ghost ship while you're trying to kill it. It's just crazy.
No, the game is interesting. It's definitely piqued my interest a little bit more, but like I'll wait until there's a little bit more stuff.
Well, hold on,
It's on Game Pass, man.
It's on Game Pass.
I know it's on Game Pass. I know it's on Game Pass, but it's like I don't want to jump into it just yet. I'll wait a little bit longer. I want to see more added to it first.
All right, we can go with a Discord question. Real talk, what movie is going to be worse, the new Doom movie or Sonic?
Doom movie.
I'm going to go with Doom. I think Doom's the worst. I do. I think because Sonic has Jim Carrey at least.
Yeah, the Doom movie doesn't look like anyone tried.
And like, aren't the developers completely like disassociating themselves with the Doom movie? Whereas I think Sega has maybe they're involved a bit. I mean, I would guess.
They are.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be the issue. Yeah.
The Doom movie's looking pretty
The Doom movie might be so bad it's good. You know, it might be one of those.
I don't know about that.
Come out in like 2 weeks.
What the Doom?
Yeah.
Is that thing actually going to theaters or is it on DVD straight up?
That has to be going to on-demand services or DVD right away. There's no way that's getting a theatrical release.
I bet
highly doubt it.
I bet they'll do like a very limited one though, so they can get in Walmart.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well, straight to Redbox.
Yeah, go to Redbox, go to Netflix.
Then it's in Walmart. You know, if it's on the Redbox.
Oh yeah,
there you go. They made it.
The super chats. Onion Plays asks opinions on Detective Pikachu movie trailers.
What? Look, they've been great.
You know, it looked better than Sonic. You know, when I saw it, I said, okay, this looks like Pikachu at least. I haven't obviously looked too much into it yet, but I'm at least interested in the movie if it comes out to like Netflix or something like that. I don't know if I would actually go to the theater to see it personally, but it looks like they put some effort into it, more so than what happened with Sonic. So
the reviews have been great. I'm gonna see it Thursday.
Okay, yeah. Let me know if it's worth going out to see at the theater.
Oh, I will. I'm sure I won't be shutting up about it. I've been pretty excited for this film for a while.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that they did a really good job like designing the Pokemon so like they make sense like in the real world. So that'll be interesting. Andy Ackerman says no wheezing the juice with a big 25. Thanks, Andy, as usual. Thank you. And then false icon with $1, no message. So let me go over here to let me start with the Sonic movie. All right, because Sean, you talked about it quite a bit.
I did.
Okay. And OJ talked about it, the reaction.
Yeah.
And I don't think Jordan, you didn't talk about it at all on your channel, did you?
No, I'm the only one who decided in the world not to make a reaction to it.
That was a mistake.
I didn't even react to it.
No, I didn't need Coolio copyrighting me.
Coolio got paid.
Coolio got money. If Coolio didn't claim it, Paramount would have.
So the Sonic movie trailer comes out. Everyone made fun of the model. I think everyone's thought on it was the model didn't look good, but people were interested because Jim Carrey's performance looked like it could be good. And that was kind of about it. No one really talked about too much about the plot or anything like that. That was like diving into it that deep.
Why are you talking about plot in a Sonic movie?
I mean,
happening?
what is
You guys got any plot from
I mean, the idea
that
is
trailer?
he's going between worlds, right? Isn't that the idea?
Is he?
Well, it's an origin story. So the idea is he's basically there. He's probably like it's the beginning of Sonic essentially, and he causes that blackout, or whatever in the city or in Seattle, or wherever the hell they are in Pacific Northwest or whatever. And then basically, this is before Dr. Eggman or whatever, or Robotnik, whatever you want to call him. This is before he turns into what we know him not at this point, because he still has the regular hair and the government still trusts him. So it's before he turns into this supervillain. So something's supposed to happen within that time period to where he turns into that. So that's basically the basic premise that I gathered from the trailer.
Yeah, because at the end it shows him in some other the mushroom.
Dude, that looks like a post-credit scene.
Yeah, well, it shows him bald and actually looking normally, Robotnik looks.
Yeah, so. But it was so bad. Everyone basically agreed on it, and strangely, the director comes out and says they're going to change it before it comes out.
God, I can't believe the internet made that director and all those animators change it. Those poor people. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Let's keep that energy going, people. Every time something gets changed because of the internet, I want to see that energy. I want to see it all over Twitter and all over Facebook. So
Hell
you get your little I want to see you get those retweets.
Artistic vision.
There you go.
They can't add an easy mode to From Software because, guys, it's artistic vision. Then Sonic should look like a guy dressed up in a blue suit in his pajamas with a friggin' freak Sonic, whatever the hedgehog head on is over his face.
I just want to know where the outrage was for Bloodstained, because Bloodstained got a complete visual overhaul that comes out in June, but nobody said anything about that.
I mean, you saw all the
trailer
stuff pop up in the trailer, and it's
probably there's like 20. Yeah, it's like 20 replies.
It was probably all in one day. The guy searched for himself on there, and it all just popped up, and he was like, "Damn it, okay."
I mean, I just think it's so weird, and how the internet went from one extreme to the other. It looked like shit, so they decided to change it, and now it's like a sob story about everything. It's so weird to me.
I mean, they didn't have to change it.
Yeah, they didn't have. People were worried about the Pikachu movie coming up, and they just said screw it and just went forward anyway.
And it worked, because the more they showed from it, the better it ended up looking. And now it's heralded as a great movie.
So here's what I think why it happened so quick. Pretty much day of, it's all right, we're going to change it. Relax, calm down, put the fire out. Is that when we first got that teaser poster, right? And everyone was like, why does the shape of him look weird? I wonder what the trailer is going to look like. And then we didn't see that trailer for a while. I think that Paramount didn't want to do anything different, and they said, we're going to put the trailer out, we're going to wait and see what happens, we're going to keep moving forward with this, and hopefully no one really cares that much. I think the director probably cares a lot about Sonic, and Sega themselves, having a say, really care about people's opinions of Sonic and their company. So I think that secretly they wanted the outrage backlash to happen so big so they can go back to Paramount and say, look, the internet hates this. We have to do something or we're making no money. And, that's why he came out and said, hey, we're changing it.
Yeah.
Then they better delay the movie a year. Because if I have to go into crunch time to make Sonic not look like some monster and make it actually look like Sonic, then...
But what if they had been working on... What if that was just one of the models they came up with? Because I'm sure they came up with several.
Yeah.
And I mean...
News.
I'm not going to sit here and say I'm privy to how, CGI animation works, but correct me if I'm wrong. But in my mind, if they have all the scenes are done, let's just be honest, the scenes are done. Everything's probably somewhat in a post-production. If you already have the model doing things and interacting with things, how difficult would it be?
Overlay a new skin?
No. I've been following visual effects artists specifically talking about this, and for this movie, it would be insanely rough to relight, to reset the positions. If they make him even slightly shorter, his eye line will be different. So when characters are looking at him, he'll be shorter than that or higher up, depending on what they do with him. They have to redo a ton of stuff just to get it to look right in every single scene. It's not just the model; it's everything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely going to cost them a lot. Let's say the base for the movie is about 150 million. These overhauls could easily double that. Plus, their marketing budgets usually double the original budget. And if they want to recoup any of that, they got to market it harder. They're looking at, if this film has to make over 400 million at that point for them to be marketable. And I don't see this film being bigger than 400 to 500 million. Like, I see Detective Pikachu already tracking for that 800 mil, 1.2 billion. I don't see Sonic pulling in $500 million.
Wow, you're giving Detective Pikachu a lot more than I would. I figured.
Oh, Pikachu's, dude, it's going to be huge.
I think it's going to settle between 500 and 750.
I think that's fair. I wouldn't be surprised if it hit 750, but at the same time, it's Pokemon. Pikachu's the most recognizable character in the world.
It's going to be overseas. That's going to drive it more than American.
Absolutely. Overseas, the film is going to crush.
I mean, it's interesting that they just showed up on Twitter and said, we're going to change it. We're going to fix it. Like,
really quickly.
I feel like you wouldn't do that unless something, like you were saying, Jordan, like in the background, some internal politics or something happened.
Yeah, it just seems like they took a director who's inexperienced, gave him a shot, like who only has a short film under his resume of directing. And they're like, all right, but you have to listen to us and do all this. And then this is him kind of throwing it back in their face saying, look, they're not liking it. Our audience who would see this is not liking it. They're making fun of it. They're talking crap about it. I know it's promotion, but it's not good promotion at this point. To everyone just thinks the movie's going to be actual crap. And then they finally caved in, and well, hopefully we'll get something better out of it. I didn't think the trailer itself was bad. There's some outdated jokes. I actually thought the joke at the end was kind of funny. Like, oh, you have your kid in your bag? It's like, no, it's not my kid. It's fine. But
I mean, is changing his character model really going to take this movie from crap to good?
I need a full trailer.
A better version of a bad movie.
Well,
I need a full trailer to see the story.
It made Bloodstained Ritual of the Night way better, right? There's better graphics, same game, better graphics. All of a sudden, it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's not going to be amazing. I played that at PAX East. The gameplay just isn't good.
I'm just saying, though.
And I think it has a better chance of making it. Like the whole thing that blew my mind was people were like, "It's not for adults; it's for kids." Yes. Because taking an iconic character from the 1990s, whose sales were best in the 1990s, Sonic the Hedgehog, and starring a human actor whose roles are most known for the late 80s and late 80s to 90s, Jim Carrey, and using a song that was popular in the 1990 era, Gangsta's Paradise. Yes, they're definitely targeting children with this movie because, kids are big Coolio fans. Everyone loves Coolio.
No, they're big James Marsden fans.
And everyone loves, the kids are all about, when's the next Jim Carrey movie coming out? Just like in the fucking 90s when the kids were like, oh, when's the new Ace Ventura? Oh, look, The Mask. It's a new Jim Carrey movie. Yes, totally. The kids are still talking about Jim Carrey. Shut the fuck up.
Did you see the people who made the argument like, oh, it's a kids movie. It's not for you. They're like, and if you think back on it, all the kids movies you guys liked are actually trash. One, that is not true. The movies we saw as kids, some of those are friggin' classics. If you're going to tell me Land Before Time 1 is a piece of shit, go to hell.
Be Still My Heart. Oh, man, that's one of my favorite movies of all time. Makes me cry every single time.
All the 80s and 90s movies are so bad. That's why they're remaking all of them to make more money.
Yeah, like if someone tells me Ninja Turtles from
I was about to say
91,
the original
92,
Ninja Turtles movie,
like 89. If you're going to tell me the original Ninja Turtles movie is shit, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Go put that DVD in right now and watch those. That's an awesome Ninja Turtles. It's the best you could do with the material of what Ninja Turtles is. It's better than the Shrek things they made. I mean, those new Ninja Turtle movies are terrible. Shredder's not even a badass in them. He sucks.
No. They actually had he was
Krang is all screwed up.
Yeah, because I'll say Shredder was actually scary in the first one.
I mean, go to YouTube, people. Stop watching the show for the next 2 minutes and Google Shredder Suite TMNT soundtrack and listen to that music. Shredder comes out with like the most badass theme ever to hit a movie. It should be a wrestler's theme right now. And I'd say this guy is going to kick ass.
And they actually had him like wear the suits and everything. It was great.
Yeah.
Actors like portrayed like the turtles. It was awesome.
Those suits were crazy to put together and to make. Like the actors would get so hot in those suits, and there was a lot of problems with those suits. If you guys ever watch some of the behind the scenes of those old school Ninja Turtle movies,
Yeah, and then people showed me the picture where you could see the actors' teeth inside the suits, and it's just terrifying.
So one of the biggest things in film talk that, like, you know, stuff I watch online or podcasts or anything in the comment sections is a lot of people, even online, will like on Twitter, will be like, oh, it's for kids, you know, who cares if it's a good movie, who cares if it looks like crap, this isn't for you, it's for kids. That doesn't mean if it's for kids doesn't mean it can't be a good movie. You know, if it's a bad movie, it's a bad movie. If anyone can enjoy it, that's great. Look at Detective Pikachu. It's like, it's not just for kids. It's obviously playing for the new generation to get people, to get kids into it, and it's heavily preying on the 90s, early 2000s nostalgia to get everyone in my generation to go see it. If it's a good movie, it's a good movie. We shouldn't just be shoveling crap out to kids. Like, there's a huge difference between a kids movie that's for kids and a crappy movie that's just crappy.
And that's the thing, like Pixar movies, Disney movies, they're for kids, but adults go and see them and enjoy them. They don't just shovel out shit and say, well, it's a kids movie. It's okay if it sucks.
Yeah.
It's almost like a change of culture, though, in the movie industry, because the movies you watched as a kid, and if you watch them as an adult, a lot of them when you watch it as a kid, you liked it for certain reasons, and when you watch it as an adult, you like it for different reasons. Like, there's jokes that might have gone over your head or something like that, and it just seems like a lot of these more modern movies, I mean, there are exceptions, but it seems like more of these modern movies, they don't do that. They just, you know, bright lights, flashy colors, woo kids, like, you know, shit like that. It's
great when you get movies like Into the Spider-Verse, where a kid can be visually entertained by actual, like, real art on the screen. Like, it's not just like the standard typical animated film, and there's some really cool artistical, you know, value to it. And it's a film that actually, one of the rare, you know, animated films that talks about death, that actually has a conversation, and you can learn something from it and be entertained while you're young, and as you grow up, learn from it. All these kids who are into the Avengers films, who are watching it, who are, you know, under 10 years old or around 10 years old, are being taken to it. Like, kid movies aren't just like the animated, really, like, you know, PG safe movies. They're starting to go see movies with a little bit of swearing in them, because all these superhero films, you go to any of the Avengers films, they're saying shit like 4 or 5 times in the film. You know, there's death they're dealing with, there's blood, there's fighting, and there's entertainment value and stuff you learn as you grow up to these kind of films. And I think it's really interesting conversation to have, because like, I grew up on rated R films to learn from a young age about, you know, all this different stuff. And I thought it was very interesting that I wasn't just raised on like, oh, here's Veggie Tales, and like, you just watched this, you know.
Also, let's be real. Do we really need the kids, the new generation, come up to take that model and think that that's Sonic?
No, absolutely not. No.
But why would the kid I tried to get my I don't know what the fuck he is. I guess he's a cousin. It's my cousin's kid. For his birthday, I was gonna buy him Sonic Forces, because it was on sale for like $20. I don't think it's a bad game. For a kid, it's definitely not a bad game. And like, he already had that game, so I ended up stuck with 2 copies of Sonic Forces. But it's like, has Sonic ever fucking looked like that in anything ever?
No.
Nightmare.
Why didn't you get your cousin's kid Sonic Mania? Why did you go to the shitty Sonic when there's a good Sonic?
Because he already had it, I think.
All right.
They spoil that little
you buy
bastard.
him a Wii U, you buy him Sonic Boom.
Oh god.
It's I don't want the younger generation to know that as Sonic. That's not a good idea.
I mean, I don't like the fact that this generation thinks the turtles are these Shrek abominations.
No, you gotta sit them down, and they have to see that first Sonic.
You gotta watch the turtles.
Don't worry. They're rebooting it, I think, for next year. So it's not going to be like the 2 Michael Bay films.
I mean, you got to get the Henson puppets back. You got Kevin Nash to be Super Shredder. You got to get Vanilla Ice to do Go Ninja, because he just freestyled that whole rap. He just sat there and said, "Yo, you ever see a turtle get down?" I mean, nowhere.
TMNT is done by Del Toro. It'd be great.
Got Tokar and Razor.
So here's the question: when did they show us the new Sonic model? Like, how far are we off
Comic-Con.
from that? Because that could tell us if they actually had it already like ready to go. Because like if they show it to us in like a month,
Oh
people are gonna
yeah.
be like, wait a minute. Like,
If we
you
get
got
it that
this done in a
quick,
month.
I feel like if they just starting to work on it, we're gonna around. I would say they'd probably do something around Comic-Con. I would say like towards the end of the summer we would get more info on it. But if they're really trying to, if they really have something already, you know, they're being secretive over there playing games, then we'll get it sooner.
Yeah, because
Well,
it's out in November.
I mean,
Yeah.
don't they do focus testing groups anymore and stuff like that?
They
That's what I
do.
said.
Like,
That's a good point. That means
I'm-
kids looked at this thing and said, "He's fun."
No, a bunch of investors actually instead
Yeah.
looked at this thing and went, "Yes, we can market this."
But
Oh,
I mean,
I mean, that's a nightmare-inducing creature.
but like, because one of the things I alluded to in my second video on the movie after they decided to change it, and I saw the hypocrisy of people, which of course got me a little bit of heat, but is what it is, was the fact that
Are you talking about the artistic vision thing?
no, I'm talking about I'm talking about this whole woe is me. These poor people are now going to work in crunch time. There's unions. These people have unions. Game developers do not have unions. So where is this energy when we see games change like Bloodstain? That was my whole point. People in the chat didn't understand my Bloodstain reference. Holy shit! You just got $100.
Eric,
Girl,
is that? He said my boy's Goose Game. Eric,
Is that how much it's going to cost?
we're already going to be playing Goose Game, man.
I think at this point you've gotten like $500 to play Untitled Goose Game.
I was gonna say, Eric, yeah, we're playing Goose Game, my man. We're playing Goose Game. Thanks for the $100 super chat. That's quite a donation. For Goose Game, though, do we know when that's coming out, Nate? Because you're on top of that.
They've only said second half 2019.
Because Nate's all over that. We're gonna have to.
I mean, I had to play
Everybody
Duck
get the
Game
copy.
just so I could get a little duck action on my Switch.
Eric, we're gonna do something with Goose Game. I think if it has multiplayer, we should do like a SpawnCast like play session where we play Goose Game for part of it.
Just mess with each other.
Hey guys, welcome to Goosecast.
I think that'd be a fun idea. Do a Goose Game part of the SpawnCast where we just play Goose Game for multiplayer.
Yeah, we can mess around with that farmer and take his keys and spray him with a hose.
Dude, if it has
Goose
multiplayer,
troubles.
it's awesome. Hey, Eric, thank you very much, Eric. Well, we're gonna do something with Goose Game. Like I said, if we do like multiplayer or gameplay for it, we'll have fun with it though, because we've actually been talking about that game quite a bit.
You
Shout out
should
to
hit up
Eric.
the developers. Be like, hey, it's John, SpawnCast, no big deal. Make sure you put multiplayer in there enough for a minimum of 8 people.
Yeah.
We're trying to play it on stream.
We're running that bunch of geese just running around, and that'd be fun. I hope they do that. That'd be cool.
great.
That'd be cool.
Oh yeah. Anyways, back to
sorry.
what I was saying. No, it's fine. I just wanted to make this point is that we remember Max talked to us like 2 months ago about this trailer,
Yeah, he told us about it. Yeah, said
He
Gangsta
told us-
Paradise.
and I was like, okay, I like you, Max, but maybe you smoked a little weed, maybe somebody put a mushroom in your pizza you didn't realize, and you envisioned this, but he knew exactly what the debut trailer was going to be months ago. So this trailer has been like fucking sitting there, and nobody thought to say, oh, you know what, that's not what I'm looking for. That's not what's good.
I think he said there were like stand-in images, like it was a raw trailer. I think we've seen these before, where you'll see like the little green ball, and then you'll hear the voice, and that's it. But yeah, he was talking about that. He saw some of the models, but then claimed it looked weird then for him. But he said it was that shape for a reason, and I guess it was because it was bad. That was the reason. I don't know.
Any other thoughts on the Sonic movie before we move on to probably a Discord question, Evan? Any you want to get one ready? Any other thoughts on this?
How come Sonic sits there looking at his watch while there's a bunch of missiles incoming, but then he gets shot by a trank dart?
Okay,
He wasn't
That
using the Speed Force. Come on.
that was one. Why is he covered in lightning too?
Why is every animated film have to worry about Fitbits or tracking your steps. Is my thing. It's like Pikachu is a thing. He's like, oh, I'm at 100,000 steps this hour, and then Sonic's like, oh, I had 9 million steps today. Like, it's like, what? Why? Why are they all so worried about their fitness?
Because that's like a real popular thing, like Fitbits and stuff.
But like, is it just
Business.
weird to me that two animated films have the same joke in them, like that close? Like, it's
There's
just
going to
weird
be
me.
more. I think
that
there's
they-
going to be more considering how popular Fitbit is. And like,
I think
people-
Sonic will have more. I think Pikachu is just like a Ryan Reynolds one-off comment thing.
Well, I
that,
don't know what I'm
like,
saying. Like, in the future, there's going to be more of it movies that talk about Fitbit or talk about whatever.
God,
Just gonna
we're gonna end this. I'm gonna end this Fitbit revolution. All right, I'm gonna call Hollywood up and be like, all right, stop with these Fitbit jokes.
I think to finish up the movie, they have to have Metal Sonic, and they also have to have Super Sonic in it.
Is Tails in this movie?
No,
I hope not.
It's an origin story. There's not. I don't think there's going to be any Sonic buddies in this.
Good.
Yeah,
Actually,
I'd
John,
be terrified what like Tails would look like.
John, I can actually see the Metal Sonic and Super Sonic. I can actually see it. Robotnik's like last thing. He's like, I know how to fight this guy.
Yep.
We make a robot that's just like him. And then, of course, the only way to beat him is Sonic has to go Supersonic.
But
That's
he was
the
using
movie.
he got one of the quills and he was looking at it almost like he was examining it. I bet he's going to make a
Dude,
Metal Sonic, and then
100%.
Sonic ends up going Supersonic at the end.
Or they're gonna mess it up and he's gonna have like a giant mech, that he's gonna be in that looks like Sonic or something
man.
stupid.
Oh,
It's gonna be
God.
great.
They'll probably even incorporate time travel. At this point, they'll make it so that Supersonic can reverse time like 5 minutes or something crazy.
Did anyone see the tweet that was circulating around comparing? I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. It's kind of messed up, but it was the funniest shit in the world.
No, go ahead. It's okay.
It's okay.
No, I allow it. It's fine.
Okay, well, Jordan said it was cool.
Yeah,
with Sonic in his teeth, and then
Oh, okay.
with Boogie in his teeth. It's so funny. It's the funniest thing I've seen.
Jesus.
The thing is,
Oh,
Boogie's teeth will like grow into him in a little bit once it's more healed.
Yeah.
Sonic ain't growing into those chompers.
Oh God,
Oh,
I laughed
man.
so hard at that shit.
Quality tweet.
It was a good tweet.
I'll have to see that. I haven't seen that.
I'll drop it in the chat.
Oh yeah, go ahead and drop it in. Yeah, people see it.
Which chat are you dropping it into, Sean?
I'll drop it into the both.
Don't drop it into the actual chat. Drop it into our chat.
But the people want to see it.
It's
No,
just,
let's
I gotta
go.
know.
Twitter. It's just a Twitter.
Yeah, it's just a Twitter. It's
right,
just
post got sent around there.
Okay.
Let's horrify everyone. In
Evan, you got a Discord question for us?
What would you think about a Bomberman Battle Royale?
I brought this up to Ant Dude at one point. I said, you know what? Bomberman Battle Royale as a free-to-play game on Nintendo's online service would be awesome.
Mhm.
So do that. Yes, that would be amazing. If they could do 100 people, big, huge map. The problem is
God.
you wouldn't be able to zoom out, obviously, so you'd have to be pretty close to your character, but then you wouldn't be able to see everything else. I think that'd actually be pretty cool.
Yeah, they have to figure out the shrinking aspect of the map.
They'd probably show
because
you. They'd show you a mini map so that you can get a general gist of where you are, so that you know you need to keep going.
so that map would be huge, like 99 or 100 players, and let's say the last two are on complete opposite ends, and you wouldn't know.
I'd say it'd give you an arrow that can lock you onto like the nearest person or something like that.
I think every time a few people die or something, they should have a wall cave in, and you have
Well,
to
they'll
move
shrink.
up.
Yeah, they'll shrink it down too. Yeah, that makes sense. But I think they could. That would be cool. That would be cool. I'd like that. Big
I'm
Bomberman
down.
Battle Royale. Absolutely. Another Discord question, Evan?
This one's kind of weird. This guy's wondering if they're holding off the release of the Switch Pro until 5G is functioning so that Nintendo can create a next-gen dock or home console that will be a PS5, Xbox 2 level in order to allow a Switch Pro or the current Switch to stream next-gen games right from their individual docks or home consoles.
Dave.
Yeah.
I don't think so. No, Nintendo didn't even adopt 4G when they could have. So I don't think that'll happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect that.
Nah.
I think people have to get out of their minds that a Switch Pro, new Nintendo Switch, whatever you want to call it, it isn't coming into existence to compete with the PS5 and Xbox Scarlet. It's just going to be a slightly better current Switch so they can phase out the current Switch off the market.
That's it. It's
The
not going to be
hackable
some.
Switch.
Yeah, it's not going to be some sort of weird stopgap. It's just going to be a new 3DS Switch version.
Mm. All right then, that makes sense. Let's go over to Epic buying Rocket League. Well, they bought Psyonix, who owns obviously Rocket League. This was kind of funny because online, everyone wants them to stop getting exclusives. So what do? They just buy Rocket League straight up and Psyonix. Now, it appears that they're going to leave it on all platforms right now. They have to finish up the deal at the end of this month going into June. But at that point, they would then own Rocket League, which is one of the most popular games on Steam right now. It's number 4. And the 2 of the games above it right now on Steam are free-to-play games. And the one that's paid is PlayerUnknown's Battleground. So otherwise, it's one of the most popular games on Steam. And I assume this is just a new strategy for them, is to buy games that are very popular, specifically even on Steam, and possibly remove it, because there's word that they could be removing it at the end of this year.
Yeah, but I think they backtracked on that.
Yeah, I think they backtrack on it because they don't want to put that out there right now. But I feel like it's coming down. Like, I think at the end of this year, it's going to come off Steam.
It's kind of like, I get the outrage. You shouldn't pull the game off one of the services just because now you own it. How many copies of Rocket League are actively being sold on Steam right now? Is it selling, 20,000 copies a week on Steam anymore?
I know
the game's 5 years old.
I know yesterday the concurrent player count was like 58,000 people at once. At any one time.
That wouldn't change this, though. If you have the game on Steam, you could still load it and play it. It's
Yeah,
not going to affect current owners.
It wouldn't change
the game from Steam.
It wouldn't change it unless they changed whether or not the patches go to Steam for upcoming versions, which they did for the game I purchased on Steam that got pulled off.
So that's where it's a complicated issue. It's not just like, oh yeah, we're pulling it. It's going to come down to, are they still supporting that version, or is it just going to be, once we pull it, that whatever current patch version you're at, it's done?
Yeah, because we don't have Steam Spy anymore, so we can't actually see anymore. We used to be able to see the sales of it. And unfortunately, we can't anymore. We just know that, of course, a bunch of people play it, and I still feel like they would get plenty of sales from it. Like, I don't think everybody with a PC owns Rocket League right now.
Yeah, but there's games that are coming out that on the Epic Store specifically, brand new, that aren't seeing good sales. The Twitter account for, I think it's called Satisfactory, the day it came out, I think they only sold 6 copies.
Yeah, but World War Z sold 250,000 on the Epic Game Store. They were thrilled with it. Apparently, that was like the best place that they sold it. Was in the Epic Game Store.
Yeah, it's because there was nowhere else that they were selling it on the PC, so they couldn't compare.
Yeah, that was the thing that grabbed there, and they got more money from it because they got a better cut.
Well, they said that they sold 1 million in like a week or two. So 250,000 from there, then the rest from PS4 and Xbox One for that style of game, because it's obviously not a full, in terms of the budget. So they're thrilled.
People were hungry for a new zombie type game like that. Like that was more Left 4 Dead-ish. Also about that sucks that teaser trailer.
Oh man, yeah, I saw that, the Left 4 Dead 3 like teaser thing that somebody made and put up. Oh man, that one hurt, man. I was like, man, it
looks so legit. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe it was legit and they're just like, no, we don't know what that is. Sea City 3, but we don't know what that is.
The only reason I'm pretty sure it's not legit is because they had actual products in the trailer.
Yeah, but they had Pepsi in Left 4 Dead before.
Yeah, but they had Life cereal in there.
Left 4 Dead 4.
B4. B4, damn it.
B4. It's saying Battleship.
Yes, Battleship.
Yeah, but they also had like Life cereal and some other stuff in there too.
I mean,
Life cereal.
And didn't Valve come out and say no, it's fake anyways?
Yeah, they said it's fake. Yeah, I mean they could have been playing it off. Most likely that. Yeah, I mean Valve has to make a game, so I'm leaning in the direction that it was fake. Well, I mean like they would have to make a game for it to exist, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, they haven't made a game in what, like 6 years?
Yeah, they don't. Well, they made Artifact, but. Well, okay, yeah, 6 years. It's been a while. Yeah, Valve forgot how to make games.
So. They don't need to, so that's the reason why they don't. There's no need.
They got that Steam money.
Yeah, the Steam is just so much money. What's the point of why even take the time to make a game?
Oh, because it's creative and fans more games in their series.
When you're literally
More money.
all the execs are just getting dump trucks of money poured on them. It's like, why work harder when we can do less?
Yeah, no,
Man,
why
you
start
can
a
make
new
more money.
streaming service? Why try to create a new VR helmet? Like they're doing weird shit that none of us care about. That's the trick.
Yeah,
Like,
the VR helmet makes no sense to me. I don't know why
Yeah.
they're doing that.
They've tried, I think, twice to join with a company to build a Steam box system that's basically a console, but just runs Steam. Like they keep paying in all these directions that aren't game related because they want to try new things, but none of us really care. So
Yeah, their headset is $1,000 with the stand that comes with it.
I kind of want to get it.
Really? That VR, that's the one you want? You don't want like the Oculus, was it the Rift S? That's $400.
I know, but like just the specs of this one sound fun. Like it sounds like the one to get because I could either just buy an Oculus and be like, I'll settle.
Well,
Or
I mean, the Rift S looks pretty good. So I mean, the Quest is the one I want because Quest looks good, but the Rift S looks pretty good. It's solid.
If you're gonna do weirdo VR, do it the best quality possible. I call all VR weirdo stuff. So if you're gonna be a weirdo and do VR, get the best quality that you can get.
Labo.
I mean, if I was gonna do that, I think the Vive Pro, I think, is like what, $1,600 or something.
I'm just talking if you want to be really into, like, not just like, oh, I'm just gonna just try VR. Just like, I'm just saying, like, if you really actually want to play the games and experience it, like, I mean, you might as well. Like, and that's why. I mean, that being said, yeah, it's like, because the specs look cool. Because that'd be the one to get if you want to be into it like that.
Did you know in London Heist on PlayStation World there's a big head mode?
There is.
Yes, it was discovered this week. There's a video on Game Explain.
It took that long to discover.
It took 3 years to find it.
It's a very active player base over there.
Yeah. I am excited that their game's coming out. Their full game. I forgot the name of what it was called when they showed it off in the VR presentation, but the one that looks like you're in the middle of like an action movie. They've been working on that game for so long. Ever since. No, not the Iron Man one.
No, there's another one. Yeah,
the one that's from London Studios.
It looked good.
Yeah, I mean, I like the little like London heist.
Blood and Truth.
Blood and Truth. Yeah, like I like the little game that they made for PlayStation Worlds. Like it was really fun, and they had a good concept there. So I've been very excited to see what they're gonna do. If they can make it anything like to feel like you're in an action movie, legit, then I'm down. I think that could be fun.
So does Epic Games? Do they make another big move like this? Any other games or companies they buy, or do you think they just try for another exclusive? Like I thought if Red Dead Redemption 2 came to PC and they grabbed an exclusivity deal of some kind, that would set the internet off. But at this point, I didn't expect them to buy Psyonix. I don't know what else they do, but they still have, I mean, they have that 10-cent money. So
I mean, I think buying Psyonix was a good move. It's kind of like when Microsoft bought Minecraft.
Yeah, I would say
so.
So.
A highly popular, social, engaging game. And when they come out with the inevitable sequel, it's going to do well for them.
Yeah, it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder if
Steam.
they know something about Psyonix, like if they got something they're about to drop or announce.
Yeah,
Rocket League 2.
Psyonix has worked closely with Epic since the very beginning. They used Unreal 3. They've worked with them on a lot of stuff. So it seems like, this probably the conversation between them has probably been ongoing for a while now.
Is Rocket League going to is that going to mobile phones?
I think it's going to go free to play.
That would be smart, honestly, at this point.
I mean, you have Fortnite money, and then if you get some Rocket League free to play, it'll make the user base expand, and you're probably going to make more money with some microtransactions. I think that's where Epic will take the franchise.
That would actually be a really smart idea, is to go free to play. Put it on everything just like they do with what's called Fortnite. That'd be good. So we'll see. We'll see what Epic does going forward. We keep hearing about them, so I'm sure they'll buy something or exclusive something or snap something up. So
I mean, they could buy all this stuff, but at the end of the day, they need to find a way to not be so hated.
You know, be some crazy news is if they, fix their store up.
Yeah,
and it's a basic feature. That would just be insane.
Because no matter how like any good publicity like Borderlands 3 gets from how good the game looks or whatever, or people who got to play it, we're not talking about the microtransactions.
Oh, we're going to talk about those microtransactions soon.
But like in general, all the good stuff that comes from the excitement of Borderlands, there's the equal amount of people that are coming to the comment section saying, "Oh, I can't wait to play this game 6 months after release. Oh, I know this game was going to be good, but Epic ruined it." Like there's a reason that it's a huge backlash. Like the game is going to do numbers regardless, But
Yeah.
there's a huge vocal part of it that is just the PC numbers are going to be a huge downgrade from the second game until it goes on Steam.
Don't you fuck on me.
I get the reference.
Oh man.
All right.
Take that dude's cell phone away from him.
Oh, Randy.
Yeah. That's what you get. Hey, Jordan, do you know if it's using? Is that not using Unreal Engine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because they don't have to when they sell in the Epic Store. You don't have to pay fees for that. Then.
Yeah, but like boo-hoo, right? The game's gonna make so much money. Like,
I'm gonna buy it on
pay
Xbox,
your fees. I mean, I have it on I'll be getting it on PlayStation and Xbox for sure first, but I do want to get it on PC so I can stream it easier. But like, you know, I want there to be some worth it. You know, I mean, yeah, because it's right there on the computer. I don't have to hook up any capture card or anything. You know, like do any of that. I can just hit stream and I'm good to go.
Cool. Let's move over to Sega. Sega's a weird company, right?
Love them, but God, they're weird.
It's not just me who thinks that, right? They're weird.
Yeah, they're gonna have they have a big movie coming out this year.
No.
I didn't make any videos on Sega this week. I made 0.
Yeah, I heard you had a lot to say about this, OJ, about that.
Yeah, quite a bit. You guys can.
Apparently, they didn't do too well with their last report. If I was hearing this right,
No, man.
They made a little bit of money. They made some money.
Their Pachinko division is down.
Sega's yearly profits were down 70%.
70%.
That's not good.
Did they
Not
release a game in the last fiscal year?
Well, see, one of my hypotheses.
Valkyria Chronicles 4.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah. Well, one of my things was they probably were banking on the Genesis Mini to make them money in 2018, and having to delay that kind of fucked them over.
That's a good point. Yeah, I bet you they were probably because the R&D was probably going to be done with AT games or AT games. They're probably doing it cheap.
Exactly. So they planned on this surge of money, and then having to delay that just threw everything off. But I feel I made a video on it too, but I feel like I've heard this from Sega before. I almost felt when I was making the video, I feel like I've made this video before saying Sega wants to bring back classic franchises. Well, these are the franchises I want to see. And it's like, fuck, this all feels so familiar. Like,
dude, deja vu, Sean. That's why I made a video today saying Sega's refocus needs to be real, because we've heard this shit before from them. They've said, we're going to bring them back. And then they never do it. Like, this is the weirdest Japanese company, like, out of the major ones, out of, like, Koei Tecmo and all. This is the weirdest weirdo company out of them all. Like,
we might get an Earthworm Jim revival
at times. Like,
for the Amico, yeah.
We might get that before them. So, Earthworm Jim first.
Have we talked about the Amico yet?
No, we can talk about that in a bit.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Yeah, so Sega want to return to what classics is what they said. So I guess that means another Persona game. I mean, they're not going to go back and get like Jet Set Radio or something good.
What's a classic to Sega? They can't make a good Sonic game.
Well, I mean, the thing of it is they have so many IPs that they can work with.
Yeah, they have an obscene amount.
Bring back Samba de Amigo.
Like, why has there not been a Virtua Fighter? Fighting games are selling very well. The fighting games have the extra exposure of things like Evo and shit like that. Virtua Fighter has always been a very tactical fighting game.
Yeah, it's always been the most. They claim that was the problem. Like, for the last couple that came out,
how is Phantasy Star still just in Japan?
Yeah, no Phantasy Star.
Yeah.
No Vanquish, no Shining Force, no Comic Zone, no Skies of Arcadia, no Panzer Dragoon, no. I mean,
Knights?
like, the list just goes Knights. The list just goes on and on. And I'm like almost in the rant mode here because I've already read it. I don't want to kind of unleash, but I'm getting really close because it's very annoying because they continue to say the same things over and over, and then they go, "Well, Yakuza, it came out on PC and we made more money," and it's like, you. So wait, you released a game that was only typically on one system and put it on another system, and you made more money? Who would have thought?
Yeah,
that
there's
would be
only-
a great idea.
You know, there's only one thing that can
What?
save this company. Only
What's
one
that?
game franchise that can pull the 70% loss into a 70% gain. Okay. And they have to put it on mobile because they know the market would be here, but the game suits itself for mobile. All right. Seaman 2.
Oh dear lord!
Epic
Now
Story.
listen, you put it out
No.
for like $1, right? And you have it on your phone, and you take care of your little Seaman everywhere you go. It's perfect.
Everyone wants to see someone playing with their semen on the bus.
I mean, you already see that every day, but like, regardless, like it's perfect.
Well,
Right.
it's-
You know what's perfect? Super Monkey Ball.
Yes, for
That's a
the
good one.
Switch. For the
Super
Switch, you can
Ball.
take your Switch controller. I've
No
ranted
Super-
about this many times. That's the one game
No
that
Super Monkey
they don't
Ball.
love anymore. Sega doesn't love that game. And I
Sega
don't know
doesn't
why.
love a lot of things anymore.
Sega doesn't love being Sega.
Yeah, Sega doesn't even like being Sega anymore. This company, it's like a shell of themselves. If they're relying on the Sega Genesis Mini for profit, if that's what they were relying on for big profits,
Well, I don't
I'm
think it was
sorry.
necessarily big profits. I think the Genesis Mini is going to sell really well
No,
though because it has a really good
but that
library.
shouldn't be like, okay, like, because all they had was Valkyria Chronicles 4, and I think they probably had another game or two that I can't think about.
Shenmue HD.
Shenmue
Yeah.
HD, Valkyria Chronicles 4. I mean, but at the same time, it's like it seems like Sega they own Atlas, for those who don't know, because some people didn't know that they own Atlas. So they own all of Atlas's IPs, by the way. They own
right.
them, wholly own them. So it's like there's all these Shin Megami Tensei games that you could be remastering, and everything that they said in the report, you guys all read the report, right?
Yes.
Everything that they said was stuff that people had complaints for the past decade. Oh, we're going to localize more. Oh, we're going to put games on all of our systems. Oh, we're going to actually do this and that. Like everything was literally some people have been saying for a decade. Sega does not listen to anybody. They're super.
They did talk a bit about multi-platform stuff,
Yes.
which was interesting. I wonder if this is something a lot of people have wondered, because I think the reason people ask this question a lot is because to them it doesn't make a lot of sense. People ask if things like Shin Megami Tensei is somehow signed to Nintendo and Persona is somehow signed to Sony or Yakuza, and there's no evidence of any of that.
There's no evidence that a contract exists. But
Well, didn't Yakuza have a Wii U only
Yeah.
release?
it was Yakuza 1 and 2 for the
Right.
Wii U. It sold like 2,000 copies, and then Sega was like, "Yeah, Nintendo, you're never getting this franchise again."
Yes.
It was a
put it
Japan
on the Wii
exclusive.
U.
It was a Japan exclusive.
It was
only in-
Japan exclusive and Wii U. Like,
And-
fuck.
Yeah,
and on top of that,
I'm
You
surprised
can't
it's sold
import it.
2,000.
you couldn't import it because like the Wii U was region locked.
Mhm.
So like you had to buy a Japanese Wii U just to be able to play the game or hack your Wii U.
I think a Yakuza would do okay on the Switch because there's nothing quite like it on the Switch.
No, Saints Row the Third is about to probably sell pretty well because there's no Grand Theft Auto.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
just
gonna
understand why it's not like, I don't know. I feel like I'm so weirded out that it's just Saints Row 3 out of all of them.
That's the one I like that one more than
More than
the first
4.
one. And yeah, I mean 4 was they just got a little too ridiculous for me.
Was for the one where you became president.
Yeah, he had, like,
you-
superpowers.
Superhero powers. You can fly across the map. I like 4 because it's just nonstop ridiculous crap. 3's good. I like 3, but I don't know. It's just weird.
I like if all
Two, but that probably didn't age well.
But like if Sega's games came out, these Atlas games came out, and they were all multi-platform, whether it's Persona on PC, Switch, and Xbox, for example. Let's just say the next Persona comes out and it's 6 and it's on everything. It's going to sell better than 5, and it's going to make them a lot more money.
You'd
So
think, but it might not.
But that would be wouldn't that be weird
would.
though? Would
It
that be
would.
the weirdest
Well,
thing?
The thing is that its Persona's base is mainly on PlayStation consoles, and I don't know if you would really expand in a considerable way to like if it's on Xbox, hey, what are you going to sell? Like 50,000 extra copies? You're not gonna. It's not going to be a
Well,
huge number.
what
because
about, like,
the base is on Sony?
Well, PC and here's the thing though. The reason why, in my opinion, the reason why it's like the marketing of the Persona necessarily isn't the best either. They can do a better job, kind of like how Monster Hunter did with Capcom. But I think that the more exposure that it gets on different platforms, it's just going to be seen as a game that people can pick up more. Yeah, the base of it is on PlayStation, but that's because they dictated where the base is. Nobody else said. They said the base was because that's all they've put it there. So, of course, you're never going to have a base on anything else unless you try and put it on something else, right? So, I mean, I think they need to give it a chance for people to grow. And like, this is where Sega's miscalculations and management is a problem, because you should be releasing your older games, because what was it? Persona 2 or Persona 3 came out in what, 2008 or something like that. So you got kids that aren't old enough to play it back then. This is how you bring your games up to a level to where it can get more of a fan base. Release your old games in HD so people can play it, and then you can get new fans as you go along. But if you never re-release anything, or you put it only like on Vita, or you put it on these systems that never say anything else, then yeah, you're going to stay niche. And that's exactly why Persona 5 didn't sell more, because people didn't get Persona 3 HD, people didn't get Persona 4 HD. Put it on more systems and actually market it, and not leave it on PS Vita, and then you'll actually sell more. It'll become more popular. Come on. Let's be real here. You know, like this is the problem with Persona. They want it to be niche or something like that. They don't want it to ever expand, or they do more with it. They don't do anything. They're lame.
I mean, didn't Persona 4 Golden do well on the Vita? I mean, that sold really well.
It's old
right?
Vitas.
Selling Vita game.
Yeah, so I mean, the new Vita is the Switch.
You can't play any Persona games in HD. There's not a single, outside of Persona 5. It's not a single older Persona game from the beginning in terms of like a remaster. Not a single one on HD systems. Nothing on the PS3. Nothing on the PS4.
Yeah, but that's where it makes it sound like there's some sort of exclusivity contract that's preventing this from happening.
No, just miscalculate. They're just idiots. They even said it.
I mean,
miscalculation of the market. They're literally just stupid calculations from Sega, thinking that they don't have to do this.
I mean, we can look at even like Catherine. Why is that not coming to Switch?
Miscalculate.
I mean, like how can this company really sit there
Come
and
into the Vita, man. Come into the Vita. Come on.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense. They make weird business decisions. They don't sell games, and they say we don't know what went wrong. Kind of like, you know, with the Sonic movie, we made a hideous Sonic character model. Said what went wrong? I mean, come on, the rating's on the wall.
Well, they did blame themselves, so I'll give them credit for that. I know I'm ranting on it, but it's only because they literally admitted all this stuff. They said market miscalculations. That means, yeah, we don't know what we're doing. I mean, look, late Satoru Iwata said the same thing. I miscalculated the market, right? They messed up on the Wii U. He admitted that. This is the same thing they're saying right here. We messed up. We messed up on what the market wants. They clearly announced that. So, but like Sean says, we've heard this before from them. So is this going to be real? Are we going to see the remasters? Like they said, are we going to see the modernization of some of these franchises brought back? Or are they going to rest on Football Manager 2019? And you know what I'm saying? Like a Valkyria Chronicles, and they make that crappy Azure Revolution. Are they going to be that type of Sega? Or are they going to be the actual Sega that people grew up with and like, yo, this was dope. Like we get all this and this. Like they've absolutely wasted Atlus's talents for the past how many years? Like, what have they done? They've just done a bunch of DS games, re-releases of DS games. Like Atlus has literally done. It's been like how many years now from Persona 5 when that first got announced to Persona Royale, and we've got one game of that. We got the dancing game, Dancing Moon Knight, or so we got some Persona dancing games, and that's it. You know,
Tijo threw in the other games that I think we forgot. Shining Resonance. Judge Eyes, that was only in Japan. Judge Eyes, that's gonna be Judgment this summer. Genesis, Switch Collection, Sega Ages. Wow, they really didn't release that much. Now that they're putting it out there. iOS ROMs. Yeah, it was on 2018. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, we got all those there. They really didn't release much then.
And nothing that's really a big blockbuster.
Yeah, nothing huge.
Nothing compared to what they actually have. Sega has blockbuster potential franchises. So 4 million. 5 million. They have franchises that could do that with a certain tweaking here and there. They can do it, but they're so scared. It's classic Japanese business. They're so scared of spending some money in order on a franchise that maybe hasn't done as well. They didn't go in like Capcom kind of went in with Monster Hunter. They're like, all right, well, we're gonna spend as much as we can. I mean, we hope this turns out to be big because Monster Hunter was not a 10 million. I mean, we were all surprised, right? When Monster Hunter sold 10 million. Everyone's like, what the hell? Like, this has never done this before, but they did it the right way. So they've got Sega has a franchise or two, maybe not quite to Monster Hunter, but they've got a few that they can bring back.
I mean, Monster Hunter, they took a chance. They made it a bit easier and made it multi-plat, and it did well. So
you have to risk it sometimes.
I mean, you never know. Maybe Sega does that with something they have. You know,
Anyone
maybe
think- anyone
Yakuza
think-
goes to everything, and they like, all right, let's see what happens. Xbox and Switches. Here you go.
I think they're dumb for not utilizing Super Monkey Ball. I think it's perfect for the Switch. I think it's a game that would sell numbers like
Absolutely agree.
really
Absolutely.
decent.
Monkey Ball
It
really
has the
fun.
look of all these other Nintendo games. It looks bright and colorful and fun. And again, the mechanics of that game would be incredible on the Switch. It's
Imagine
built
a
for
Monkey
it.
Ball like back like in like 2017, like a few months after the Switch launched.
Dude.
What if it came out at that point?
At that point where it was like not as many, you know, like it was one game a month from Nintendo.
Yeah.
Dude, that game would have literally I wouldn't be surprised if that game be over 10 million units.
Dude, Puyo Puyo Tetris was that was Sega. That sold over 1 million on Switch by itself.
Yeah.
So
I'm saying Super Monkey Ball came out at that time, 10 million units by now.
Yeah, get some HD rumble when you hit like the bumps and stuff.
Dude,
or
you
you're
take
grinding
a
on the
Joy-Con
side.
out and just do this and move it around and you control the whole map, or you can take the whole Switch and tilt the whole Switch.
I mean, HD Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
I mean, they kept screwing up every new entry after the first two, but
See, look, look at
Yeah,
this,
I
look
like
at
the one on the
this.
DS.
Modern Vintage Gamers got it right. Jet Set Radio Future 2. Just do that. Just do that.
I'd be down for that.
I'll be playing that.
Take
How,
another
wait,
one.
how is that? That game's not backwards compatible, is it? On the Xbox One?
I didn't see it on the list
How
when
is
I was
that
doing
game not
research the
backwards
other day.
compatible yet? I'm gonna send them a message.
Where is
Yeah.
Virtual Fighter 6?
Where is
there's
Virtual
Billy
Fighter?
Hatcher and the giant egg, too.
Man. All right, so Sega,
God, I need
Sega
Billy
needs to get their stuff figured out. They,
Sorry for ranting so much. It's just say I like Sega as a company. I think they're great, but I think
Sega
that
used to be cutthroat back in the day. Now they're just really nice now.
Yeah, that was back when they had like consoles. They're like, yeah, we're gonna dominate everything. And they got rid of their console, and they're just like, okay, here's Sonic and the Black Knight.
It's not. Modern Vintage Gamer says it's not backwards compatible. How is Jet Set Radio Future not backwards compatible? Somebody get on that. On the Xbox, I would play that tonight if it was backwards compatible. Although I do have my Dreamcast with HDMI out, so I've checked.
Yeah, what are you complaining about? You're ready to go.
That M cable came in too. Looking pretty sweet over here with some Jet Grind Radio, 1080p.
Dude,
on the
you're living in the past version.
Dude,
of the
I'm living in
future.
like that. I'm living. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, the Dreamcast looks crazy with HDMI out. It is something else. It is pretty awesome. Yes, but let's do that. Jet Set Radio Future, backwards compatible. Big
You
E3
heard it here
announcement. Right
first.
there. Big E3 announcement.
That's their whole presentation.
Yeah,
Like, guys, all you need here's Jet Set, backwards compatible. Here you go.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
it's free on Game Pass.
there was a list that actually leaked out, supposedly a rumored list for Microsoft's E3, but I mean,
Another one. We get those
Well,
here.
we're not really that sure of it yet. That's why I'm
The
just
best E3 leak list. I always want to say, don't make public. Like, yes, that's how they go around offices. Don't
Yeah.
leak this.
Yeah. Well, we're not really too sure about it right now, so I didn't add it into the podcast. Maybe I'll see what I can figure out this week. And then if we talk about it next week, people are gonna know something's up. So
Oh, there you go.
all right.
No, we can never talk about the leak.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I'll find the list and we'll just talk about it for fun. Evan, what's another Discord question?
Last one we have is kind of silly, there's a better idea to it. Nintendo's next plug-and-play system should be a merger of GameCube and Wii with about 50 games on it. What do you think? I mean, anyone would buy
Shouldn't
that.
it be the N64 first?
We need
Yeah,
the
it should
N64.
probably be the
We
N64.
need that N64 classic. That's just all there is to it.
Yeah.
I-
That's the numbers one.
That's gonna. It's interesting. Everybody seems to have fond memories of the N64, but I bet you if people went back and played it right now on their TV,
They'll hate it.
it's not going to be good. Like that's the thing. So,
N64 is rough, man. A lot of the games are 20 frames per
Yes.
second. Like people have these glorious memories, but man, like it's rough.
It's all about Chameleon Twist.
I'm telling you, it's tough. I have HDMI, that Ultra HDMI for my N64, and it helps, but the frame rate's still really bad.
But
So
that's why Smash Brothers is like this crazy thing on that system, right? When all these games are moving kind of slow, you get this game and it's like boom, it's like quick. You're getting people flying it's 60 frames on the N64, the original Smash. So that's why that game is so nuts. And also the Yoshi game, what was it? Yoshi Story or whatever?
Yeah.
that was
That's
60
like,
as well.
That's 60 on the N64 too. So when I played that game, I felt like, what is this? Like I didn't look at frames back then like that. I just thought like, well, some games move faster than other games. That's how I thought of it when I was a kid. But those games always like stood out to me when I played those two compared to most of the games on N64.
I think the 64 is next. It's either gonna be that or a Game Boy Classic of some kind. Those are the two.
Yeah, I think Game Boy Classic's highly probable as well.
I think I do think though, if they do an N64 Classic, I think it'll be the best seller out of all of them. I think that'll. I actually, it's also gonna come down to the price.
It comes down to the price and what games are on it. If you get Rare on there and you have GoldenEye and Perfect Dark and Banjo-Kazooie,
partnership now. Them and Microsoft, they're buddies. They're going to the cinemas together, getting ice cream on the boardwalk. They're hanging out. So I'm saying is, don't be surprised you see some really classic games.
I mean, you have those games on it, and now the N64 is. You gotta own that thing.
If GoldenEye's on there, that's
dude.
They're going to get me for a system and 3 extra controllers.
Yeah.
Man.
Should only include one and be like, okay, now you got to buy all 3 extra.
But I'm telling you, though, it's not going to be able to be that cheap then. I feel like people think that
Nintendo will take a loss on it.
Is going to be $100. Dude, I bet you that thing ends up more than $100 if it really is this dream machine that people are thinking of.
I don't see it more than 120 if they do go over 100.
$19.99, yeah.
But I do feel that Nintendo would rather not trying to be in any similar boat to how Sony went.
Oh, but here's the thing:
they want good press.
They show up with good games, though. People will pay money.
Oh no, absolutely. But I think once you go over that $100, it's a different thing to the public eye. It's like, oh, okay, it's now 3 digits, okay, because no one really cares. Like it says 99.99, and then it taxes over 100. No one really cares. But when it's over that $100, it's more of the see it in your head feeling. It's like, it's too many digits.
It's like when Sean goes to the store and he sees a Pro controller is $69.99, and he's like, I'm not spending. He's like, that doesn't sound too bad, but if it said $70, he's like, fuck that.
Wait, hold on. Sean, did you get a Pro controller yet?
Nah, man.
No, he got a second lamp, remember?
No, I got a light. I got
a light for his second lamp.
And I bought the arcade sign.
Oh my god!
Yeah, see, Walgreens Hot Pockets are like $3.49. Real Hot Pockets are $4.99. He's like, that extra buck is the big difference.
Wendy's chili is $2.99 and it's delicious.
Wendy's, that scares me. That sounds like it shouldn't be a fast food item.
No, it's delicious.
Wendy's sells chili.
Sean, you're still using all your stock controllers. You didn't buy any extra controllers, have you? You don't have like an Elite controller for your Xbox. You don't have like
who bought an Elite controller?
I have one.
What has one?
Sick in the head.
I think
these are pro gamers,
probably.
No, what the Elite one, is that like the one that has all the extra paddles on the back?
It's like $200.
No, I don't have one of those. I do want another Xbox controller only because it's red, but
I need to get it. I need to get a new Joy-Con because
the Elite controller is the funniest things. It's like it's all this cool stuff, and it's like here's a battery pack. It uses the light battery.
It's only for the pro gamers. All right.
It's such a funny thing. Yeah, it's used, in my opinion, the Elite controllers at this point not work. I think the regular standard controller is good enough. I don't think you really need an Elite controller for anything, to be honest.
I haven't played a game where I feel like it'd benefit me.
No, you don't need an Elite. It's just a really fancy controller for no reason.
Yeah, it's a flex. it's one of those flexes. It's like, yeah, you may have an Xbox controller, but do you have a Pro? Like the
it's a hardcore
controller?
flex. Yeah, after using it, it's first of all it's heavier, so it's like that's the biggest problem. It's like it's heavy, so I don't want to use it because it's heavy.
I like the heavier controller.
This is the one where you can
do you like heavier controllers?
Yeah, I like that.
It, right?
Like that Astro C40 is heavier than the Elite controller.
I really don't like heavy controllers. I mean, that's why I like the Wii U. The Wii U Pro controller is like super light, and I like that. So I'm just not a fan of heavy controllers. So I like just using. I don't even use my Elite controller. it just sits there where I use like the regular. The new Xbox controllers, I think though, these ones are awesome. Just like the regular ones that you get now, they have the headphone jack in them, or where's the headphone jack? Yeah, they have the headphone jack. These ones are really good.
Yeah, they used to make you buy a little attachment. That was weird.
Yeah.
Oh well.
They fixed themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not no Pro controller yet, Sean. We'll check up on you next week. We'll check up on you.
Maybe this next week. Maybe.
Okay, maybe.
That means no. It's third leg.
Sean, what's your favorite video game franchise? Real quick, Sean. What's your favorite video game franchise again?
I don't know. That's hard.
If they made a Pro controller in one of your favorite video game franchises, would you get it then?
I mean, more than likely, but that's a different story.
It's a special edition, right? Like you need that special edition, yeah. That would get you. That would get it. Yeah, that would work. I'm trying to think of what you would probably buy, Sean, if it was special edition.
A nice Street Fighter controller.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It'd probably have to be It'd probably have to be like a first party Nintendo though game.
See, I already got the PDP one, the red Mario one.
You know what PDP stands for? Pretty damn pathetic, Sean. Go out and get yourself a real controller, okay?
Yeah, they're like $56 at Walmart, Sean.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money for a controller.
Thank you.
I don't know,
I
man.
mean, my right Joy-Con's busted, where it just keeps drifting up, and I'm like, I can't justify $40.
Did you wait? Oh, it's drifting up. I have a whole video. I have a whole video on how to fix that, man.
No,
$50.
yeah, I'm not taking it apart and buying a replacement piece and doing all that crap.
It's easy though. It's not that bad.
No, I kept going to Amazon, and all the reviews were like, "This thing broke after 10 minutes." I'm like,
That's probably because they
$12.
probably didn't screw it in, but all right.
I mean, I'm not going to spend $12. It's going to break. I'm going to spend another $12. It's going to break. The next thing I know, I could have just bought a new Joy-Con.
All right. Let's go over to the Borderlands 3 stuff. Jordan.
Ooh.
Jordan.
Yes.
What happened? What happened this week, man?
A lot of stuff happened this week.
What happened? Because I was
So there was supposed to be a fun special day, and it was on Wednesday. You know, a bunch of content creators were invited out to play Borderlands 3. The gameplay reveal, they were able to stream it and make some content for it. Very, very cool. The presentation went well, and it went smooth because this time they used their own equipment, unlike PAX East, where they didn't use their own equipment, and they made that remark saying, yeah, we'll use our own next time. And they did, and everything went well. Great. What happened was, at the end, the way he worded it, Randy Pitchford, you know, magician extraordinaire, he said that, oh, you know, like we're gonna do the same stuff with Borderlands 2, like large DLC, you know, story driven, you know, packs and you know, some cosmetics, but no microtransactions. And that was a big statement he left at the end there.
there was applause
speech.
after that. Jordan.
Right, a huge applause. Everyone was excited for it. I was streaming the event on Twitch. I'm like, oh yeah, great. You know, that's awesome to hear. You know, like obviously I expected to hear like the cosmetic packs, the same thing is in the other game, but the word microtransaction is what was floated around. That was the key term that everyone was like, Randy, what are you talking about? And of course, Game Informer made an article about it, which sent Randy, Raging Randy, across the internet on Twitter, freaking out about like, how could you F me like this?
Oh,
I can't believe on this great day about Borderlands or showing off this game, you would come and take down your pants and F me like that. I'm like, what? Like Randy, like Randy, like relax.
Don't fuck on me with this.
Dude, he was not having it. He was just replying to random people and saying, look, Andy, this is what you did to me. But not even tagging the guy. He was just replying to people saying that. And he was going off on Twitter, and he made a 20 tweet full on like thing about the whole thing. That Young Yad did like a whole coverage on every single, he read through all 20. It's a nutso fest. It's very interesting to watch. And Randy, like I said this before this week, like I get it. You're stressed. You're working on a big game. Everything's going great. All you had to do was come out with one clarification tweet, and none of this would have happened. If you just would have came out with one tweet saying, "Let me clarify, and this is what I meant. I'm sorry that I didn't terminize this." His microtransactions, meaning no loot boxes or anything that's free to play or like a Fortnite, nothing like that. You have to buy currency or anything like that. He wasn't considering the 99 cents, skin packs that you can get like in Borderlands 2 as microtransactions. But here's the thing. If it's a small purchase, which it's $1, that's small, micro, and you're paying, and that's a transaction, meaning that's a microtransaction. Yes. Now, I don't always agree. Like, it's something that doesn't affect the game, right? Who cares? It's just skins. You don't have to get
there's people
but I'm saying, as someone who's a Borderlands like fanatic, like it's not the biggest worry in the world about DLC. It's like whatever. It doesn't affect gameplay. That's fine. But at some point, like, all right, just take your $15 DLC packs and make them $20 and throw them all in there.
Yeah.
Like at that point, just throw them all in there and none of this would happen. If you want to make more money, you'll make more money charging $5 more and adding a bunch more skins in the DLC packs. So whatever, maybe this will make them rethink how they do it, and what happens. But Randy, it's a microtransaction. It doesn't hurt your game. It's not There's no one out there who's really that angry. Like there's people who are like, oh, they don't want it, they don't want to see it. But this wasn't going to ruin you. The only thing that's going to ruin your game right now is the PC version. That's the only thing going against the game right now. Just the little microtransactions about skins is not going to, make you lose millions of sales.
Yeah,
I don't for you to have that overreaction is crazy. Like, I swear, it's like the little things set him off the most on Twitter. Someone could just be like, hey, during your presentation, your bottom button on your shirt was a button. How fucking dare you tell me that I'm the best day of my life? You literally fucked me online. You embarrassed me. Like, what are you, bro? What are you, relax. All right. I know you lost to USB once, but Jesus Christ, chill out. Take a break. Take a vacation. With all that extra money you got for all these other business deals, that were pretty shady throughout the last few years, take that money, go on a vacation, my dude, to relax, go to Tahiti or something.
It seemed he was just trying to redefine what a microtransaction was so he could get out of what he accidentally said on stage.
I think here's the issue, man, where it comes, people think of microtransaction, regardless of the definition or not, people think of it differently. People say Smash doesn't have any microtransactions, but by the way that you defined it, it does. But everybody will say Smash doesn't have microtransactions, but there's little 75% me fighter outfits or whatever. But people don't say, oh yeah, Smash Brothers is this microtransaction the game. Nobody says it that way. So I think that's the issue that Randy overreacted, like you're saying, but that's the issue that we have here. Stuff that affects the game or loot boxes and stuff that's like the cosmetic things like that.
I like this term in the chat, nanotransactions.
or even if it runs out, right? Like is it something that you can just constantly keep buying over and over and over? Or is it something that once you buy it once, then it's done, like paid DLC? So people can also I've always separated those two. I kind of looked at it like loot boxes, microtransactions. They always just keep going over and over. Paid DLC, you buy it, then it's done. You don't buy it again. That's different. Paid DLC. So I've separated it like that. So it makes it easy for me to know the difference between the two, but not everybody does that.
While it is like with the skins, like you do buy it once, you have the skins, right? For Borderlands, it's still $1 for stuff that could just be in the game.
And that's what I'm saying. I just call that paid DLC, paid downloadable content, because you pay for it once, it's done. Microtransactions constantly. I don't look at it. Phone games or like microtransactions from like the phone games where you constantly buying like Fire Emblem orbs or something like that.
I don't see any of those transactions, and like I still consider them a micro, paid DLC transaction. It's still a small purchase,
but that might be related action. But that just might be related to the community you're part of. I don't imagine a lot of people playing Smash are the people who are prone to be like, well, when I was young, I bought a game and I got everything in it. So I don't know why you guys keep doing this to me. And it's like, calm down, kid. It doesn't matter that much. And Borderlands is the game where people are from that community who are just like, why are you charging me for more? So it's
okay.
But is for any like wrong, like the packs are, Borderlands has been one of the only game series that I feel over the last decade now has been doing DLC right. When they make a DLC and their season pass actually has value to it, because when they drop a new story mode, they usually drop 4 pieces, except for the pre-sequel because the 2K Australia went under and they never finished them. They have been these huge add-ons that have multiple areas that can last you anywhere from a few hours to 10 hours, doing all the side quests, collecting all the new stuff, actual worth it pieces of game. While the base game feels like it's fully complete in its huge own story, then the DLC comes and adds on to new story or side stories. It's never anything that's like we're going to take out chapter 3 and then sell it to you later on, like Assassin's Creed 2 did. There was 2 chapters missing when that game came out, and they sold it to you as DLC later on.
Deus Ex was missing a whole chunk in the middle that it released as DLC. That was
and that's bad. That's DLC the wrong way. And I feel like I said, Borderlands has been one of those games that's done it right, and I trust that when Borderlands 3 has big DLC come out, it'll be good. I just think that the whole situation is blown out of proportion, because I feel like the way Randy interpreted it is that everyone's going to start going, oh my God, how could you lie to us and have skin packs in there for $1? It's like, no one cared. One person wrote an article about it saying, yeah, it's not that big of a deal, but just to clarify, there is technically dollar transactions, but like it's no problem. Like that article wasn't a hit piece.
Yeah, he's the one he brought all the attention to the article.
I know.
All he had to do was come out and say, yeah, my definition of microtransactions isn't how Game Informer is reporting it. What they're reporting is right. And it would be that simple. Instead, he took it to such an extreme of look what he did on Twitter.
It's almost like someone walking into a YouTube video, not watching it, then complaining in the comments, which I know we talk about a lot.
Single video.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the Paper Mario clip. I go to forums to complain about games I don't play.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
unfortunate.
a microtransaction. It costs me money. It's small. If I don't want to earn the cosmetic piece playing the game, I can buy it for $1. It's a microtransaction. I don't know what Randy thinks it is.
No, it's paid DLC. It's $1.
I honestly think that's what he thinks. He thought that there's a difference between them in terms of it. That's what I think. Because there are people who think that way. Paid DLC is paid DLC. Because what if let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you have a whole DLC pack with all this content and say it's going to be $1. Is anybody really going to call it a microtransaction, or are they going to call that paid DLC? So I mean that's why some people separate the two.
Yeah, it was he's just worried of people taking it in the way of, oh, you're trying to sell us, pay to win or something that's going to affect the gameplay when it doesn't. And we know that. We know what a skin pack is. It's been in gaming for how long. We've had armor for horses, all right? Like we've had skin packs for games forever. We know the difference of what's going to be pay to win or what's just an add-on little microtransaction piece of DLC.
I mean, if the industry's going to get this like semantic about terms for DLC microtransactions, then they need to come up with a couple of standard terms to describe.
It wasn't the industry though. It's just Randy. Well, Randy didn't know what it was.
Randy's crazy. He leaves USB drives with things on it.
I think Randy is one of the funniest people out there because he is this he always tries to seem super excited and super happy about stuff, but then his online persona, for being the founder of Gearbox, get off of Twitter. You are pulling what Elon Musk did last year. Relax on Twitter for a bit. You are gonna hurt your own game. You keep acting like this. He always plays out super nice in person, or very calm and collective on stage. But it's the second someone breathes a sigh of anything that's anywhere not in the positive, this is amazing, good job Gearbox, good job Borderlands, a clap, pat on the back, it's you're effing him, why'd you F bro.
The problem is that he doesn't understand is that he just made the PR for this game 10,000 times worse. The people like 2K and everyone who have to clean this up, they have to be oh, Randy's crazy.
Yeah.
How do we come out as your publisher and say, yes, there are microtransactions when the developer is cursing at people saying there aren't microtransactions because I call them penny pavements.
And there's some cool people at 2K that have been trying to, tone it down, be hey, it's not that big a deal. I do think I do think Randy should not have access to, for being who he is, should not be on Twitter like this. I think there needs to be a internal talk about that from 2K and Gearbox employees and all that. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, that's the whole time. Guys, shut up.
Dude, it's like until Borderlands 3 comes out, if you want to, after the game starts selling and it's made its money, if then you want to go on your tirades on Twitter until Borderlands 4, be our guest. But until Borderlands 3 comes out, it's only, can you believe it's only 4 months away to Borderlands? It feels like it's just announced and it's already coming out. So it's just take Twitter off for 4 months. All right, just be quiet for 4 months, Randy. It'll be okay.
Let's go through some of these super chats. Evan, we have some Discord questions as well still.
No, we're all good.
Okay, cool. Let's go through some of these super chats. It's from Sakon10 says, what Nintendo series you first learned about through Smash Bros? For me, it was Fire Emblem. Yes.
Yeah, Fire Emblem.
Maybe I'm not really sure. I knew about Fire Emblem beforehand because of ROMs, but I guess knowing a little bit more about Fire Emblem after that, so it might be that. Everything else was pretty standard, but Smash 64 because there wasn't that many, Smash Melee because there wasn't that many different characters in that game.
There was, I think Smash 64 may have turned some people on to Earthbound, I'm thinking, with Ness.
Yeah, but I played Earthbound. Even back then, Earthbound was if you were a gamer, you kind of heard about it because it was in this big ass box. You couldn't miss Earthbound. Earthbound, when you went to the stores, it was just in this huge box. So I mean, but a lot of people probably didn't know about it in that way. They probably didn't play because the box didn't have Ness on the cover or anything. So
yeah, it probably was that. Yeah, it was Fire Emblem. I think that's probably for a lot of people was Fire Emblem.
Outside of that, I can't think of anything else.
This one's for Sean from Adam Young. Says RGT, put stickers on the top of your N64 carts.
I gotta find them. I still have them somewhere.
Oh man. Mr. Bounty Hunter says if one kid talks during Detective Pikachu, I'm a brick him.
I'm sure in Detective Pikachu, if someone talks, unlike Avengers, you're not gonna miss too much of the film.
And then they follow up saying kids do Fortnite dances and shoot up Tide Pods. I guess that's when we were talking about like there you go. Johnny says Simpsons and X-Men Arcade1Up. Who's buying? Me, definitely, especially if they have the Simpsons arcade. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Dude, the amount of quarters I don't have anymore.
I've been hearing it's a very real possibility.
Really? Oh man!
Don't you fuck on me with
He's the inside guy. This is the inside guy.
Dude, I'm telling you, if they have the Simpsons arcade, I'm getting that. Absolutely.
Dude, that's say it with me, big if true.
They need a Ninja Turtles arcade machine.
Ooh. Yeah, that would be awesome. Man, there's so many they could do if they can get the rights and make it work. Man,
they have a Galaga one, right?
Yes,
I need to get that one.
Think they'd be able to pull off a light gun one at some point.
That's something that because like if you could do light gun and racing somehow and maybe have them, because like the Golden Tee Arcade1Up cabinet is actually the most expensive. It comes in at $500 because it has the big stupid ball thing and it has a light up marquee and stuff. I think if you could potentially do a light gun game, especially with that the modern light gun they have coming out or whatever. I don't see why you couldn't do it.
Okay. Robert says hi, all, long time no see. Hello from Sweden. Hi, Robert. Good to see you back.
Shout out to Robert.
Eric says, is the new Xbox even gonna have Goose Game? Wait, what system other than the Switch, obviously, is the Goose Game on other systems as well?
PC too, I think.
PC. Okay. There we go, Eric. Got that figured out. PC as well. And then Eric also followed up saying, if I can't play Heart of Darkness on the PS5, I don't want it. We'll see. Backwards compatibility, see what we get out of that. Thanks to Eric, though, once again. Box says, loved your Sega video, OJ. A lot of great points.
Yeah, I just took all the points that Sega made in their own in their own financial report and just said it again. But I talked about some other things in terms of other franchises. But thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Sonic Team 2K1 says Sega is allergic to money. Seems that way at times. Yeah,
it is that way. They really don't want to make money.
Wishbone says Spartan console will save Sega exclusives. I forgot about that Spartan console. Is that thing even still a thing anymore?
Yes, I got one.
Okay.
It's coming. Don't worry.
Kira Tengetsu actually makes a good point. Jet Set Radio Future can't be backwards compatible because of music licenses. I don't know if that's true. I know Jet Set has some awesome music. I don't know what the terms or anything is on that, but I do know a lot of games like the Forza games, for example, will run out of issues because of car licenses, and we have had music licenses in the past that were issues, so it's possible.
Yeah,
I guess I can see that. Still, though, I would like to see them make it backwards compatible if possible, but I guess
is it because it's the popular music in there, or because of like the actual artists and stuff like that?
Probably because the actual artists, I assume.
Oh, yeah, like the what's it called? What was it, like the Dario box set? It doesn't have the original music.
Yeah. Sokar says Game Boy will be the next added to Nintendo Online. So they're calling it for like the next system that gets added after NES would be Game Boy. There's some good games they could pull from that too. I'd be okay with that. You know what? If they go Game Boy instead of Super Nintendo, I wouldn't be sad. I think that'd be cool.
Super Mario Land. I'll take those games.
I think that'd be neat, especially if they did move. I mean, they probably won't because it's it might hurt their sales. But to have like the original Link's Awakening on there a few months before the full-on remake comes out, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
Or if they did Game Boy Color and got the Seasons and Ages on there.
Oh, how about you buy Link's Awakening on the Switch? You get the Game Boy. You get the Game Boy one.
Oh, see, there you go. See, I'd be on that. Yeah. John says somebody should make a video about the evolution of Nintendo handhelds, but it's probably already been done.
It's
probably
been done.
quite a few.
There's a number of them.
And one popped up in my suggested feed that had like 3 million views on it, and I was like,
Hey, I mean, there's different points of looking at everything, so you never know. I mean, maybe you should do it, Sean. There you go. There you go. There'll probably be a pretty good PlayStation original video out tomorrow that people should check out. So,
Ooh.
yeah. Johnny Ars making a PE podcast reference saying OJ will take in quotations a D.
That's not
this
a good
is never
reference.
gonna leave. This is the best thing. The other week there was a guy, he got on saying something wrong about saying, yeah, I'll take the D, and now it's transcended episodes, and I'm glad that it's now merging over here as well.
There you go. Cypher12 says free super chat. Yeah, I think they were giving out like free super chats for premium members for YouTube. People have like the premium YouTube membership stuff. They were giving them out. So thanks, Cypher12. Appreciate that. Sage says foreskin packs. LOL. Okay. And then microtransactions people could live with as long as there is balance of free content like Fortnite. I don't think people are as really frustrated by cosmetic stuff like they used to be back in the day with horse armor.
It depends on who you talk to, man. I've seen so many Instagram videos of just kids crying because their dad has a skin that they don't in Fortnite. It's hilarious.
Ziljan says this is for Jordan. Stop lying about Borderlands 3 release. It comes out April 2020.
No, okay. He's always in my comment section saying that under all my Borderlands videos. Because that's when it comes out on Steam.
There you go. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Because they don't understand that it also comes out on consoles, But I get it.
Hey, apparently they're targeting 60 frames per second on the Xbox One X.
That's great. Yeah, I think the game has a lot of stuff going for it. But it also has a couple things not going well for it, like the Epic Store and Randy Pitchford Online.
What were you saying, OJ?
It's not going to be 60 frames per second on like the base PS4 and all that?
No, apparently they're targeting it for the Xbox One X.
Oh, wow.
There you go. Get it on the Xbox One X.
So what's the frame rate going to be on like the base PS4 and the Xbox One?
Oh, 30 frames.
So it's going to be a double the frame rate on Xbox. Dang, that's crazy if they can get it done.
Yeah, apparently they're gonna have like a frame rate mode, basically, and like a performance mode, and like a I guess just their resolution mode,
quality and performance. Okay.
Yeah, so I think they're gonna have like a 1080 60 or a 4K 30 on the Xbox One X is what it sounds like anyway. So you'll have options for that. Otherwise, I guess on the other platforms it'll be like 900p and like 30 frames on the Xbox One, and then like 1080p 30 on the PS4 base. I don't know what the PS4 Pro will do. Maybe that's like a 1440p situation.
I'm curious.
Yeah,
but if it runs great on Xbox One X, I don't have any preference to where to play it. Honestly, I'm down to play it wherever. I'll play it multiple times. I'll probably end up playing it more on Xbox and PC, just because I want to stream it, and I have friends who are going to get it on PC. But damn, look at all those free super chats that just popped through.
John Early said the only reason why a Sonic the Hedgehog film wasn't made back in the 1990s is because the technology wasn't ready yet. Mario beat Sonic to the punch on that one. Nobody I know likes the 93 Mario Bros film though.
Yeah, but people watch it because it's niche and funny as hell.
Dude, I have a Blu-ray steelbook of that film. All right. That film is a cherished treasure, and you wouldn't, if there was a Sonic movie in the 90s, it'd be just like the Ninja Turtles. It'd be a guy in a fursuit. It'd be awesome. It would be the worst thing ever, but it would be great. It would be so good. So I'd rather this film would have come out in the 90s than now. It would have been great.
There was what's really funny is people were passing around that progressive commercial of Sonic, the progressive auto insurance, and it was actually really well done.
Yeah,
so,
he looks good in Wreck-It Ralph too. Like the way they made him look in that film.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. But like Toy Story was around, back then and stuff. So they could have done Sonic.
Have you seen Toy Story 1?
Yeah.
Recently?
Yeah.
You see how that film, the animation of that film compared to what Toy Story 4 looks like now?
Yeah, it's a lot better now, but I'm just saying they still could have done a Sonic movie back then, and it could have been good.
Weird.
Apparently,
don't act like Toy Story wasn't amazing when you first saw it. Like, oh, you weren't thinking, oh, this looks like crap.
Yeah, but now,
why would they have to make it 3D animated? How come they couldn't do 2D animation movie of Sonic back in the 90s?
Yeah, they could have made like a Land Before Time.
The technology behind Toy Story was like ridiculous.
Yeah,
it was like obscene apparently to get it done.
Steve Jobs funded it.
So it was
when I first saw Toy Story, I was like, well, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
I know.
In my life.
I think it was Toy Story 2 had the most interesting story about losing. Like they lost Toy Story 2
for a bit, like because the data wipe.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
I think
there
it
was
was
like
Toy Story
there's
2.
a documentary about that. I remember.
Yeah, that's fascinating. Like back then, the stuff they had to deal with. Now
Yeah.
it's just like I feel like it's clockwork for them for all these movies.
Yeah, I think it would have been a Sonic movie would have been harder to do back then. You're right, John. But hey, people like the Mario Bros. Film because they can reference it constantly for bad movies. So it's one of those things. It's so bad it's good. And then I just had the window up there. So a bunch of the free super chat stuff came through. Let me go through here. The Quasar with $1, thank you. Theodore Bergman, $1. Prophet Slaughter, twice, $1, thank you. Damon RW, Dave Buford, Damon RW again. Irvin Mendez says, didn't know we had a free super chat. Here you go. Yes, they do have free super chats for premium YouTube members. So if you have any favorite live streamers or anything, you can go to them and you can throw them $1, courtesy of YouTube. Give them back that 30% that they use. Well, wait, hold on. That means that
they're giving themselves money.
That's funny. I mean, yeah, that's cool. It's cool though to do that though. Frank Slaughter, twice $1, thank you. Nico Rocks a Lot says, I wish Anthony Birch was with Borderlands 3. Ashley is in though. I saw that there was some strife with the voice actors, Jordan, if I'm not mistaken on that too, right?
Yeah, Troy Baker, who voiced the character of what am I blanking on his name?
It was the Claptrap,
Reese.
Right?
No, he's Reese from Tales from the Borderlands, the character you play as in the Telltale game, who's playing a version who's playing a big role in Borderlands 3, which is awesome. I like his character a lot. It's not Troy Baker's voice, and there's this whole thing online where Randy was like, we'd love to have him, but things didn't work out. And then Troy's like, I don't know what the hell y'all talk about. I got no messages about this. I would love to do it. I would do it. And then Randy's like, oh, we don't know, man. I don't know nothing. We don't hear anything. I don't know. There's like a random little argument behind that part of it. It was weird.
Because there was the other one with Dave editing, so I think it was.
Well, yeah, he was the voice of Claptrap. He stated back in January when all the USB stuff came out, and a lot of people online were talking about, saying bad things about Randy, saying he was a mean person or all this stuff. He made a couple tweets saying everything you hear about Randy is true. He's not a good person, all this other stuff. And you can tell if you listen to the new Claptrap in the gameplay, it's close. Like the voice is close, but the voice inflections are a bit off. And it's noticeable. And I've seen in my comments a huge, like, either people love it or don't like it at all. There's very few who are like, I don't care. But it's to me, and at least to a good amount of others, it's pretty noticeable that the voice is off. And when I heard, who was supposed to be Troy Baker, like his new voice, it does sound a bit different as well. It's not exactly the same. So it's interesting. It's for sure interesting. I don't know what really happened with that, especially Troy Baker wanted to do it still. Get Troy Baker. He doesn't harm your game at all. In fact, he helps the game. So
let's go through the rest of these super chats. Like Quasar for $1, thank you. Lucius says Borderlands 1 remaster on the Switch. That would make sense, but I don't know what they're doing. Bulletstorm. I don't know why they
Bulletstorm first. Yeah,
I'm not sure why they kicked a Bulletstorm instead. Maybe it's easier to port over.
Way easier, in my opinion. The game's way smaller than Borderlands.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That makes sense.
I just want to know what happened between the conversations that Randy said they had. He said, they even tweeted out recently, like, we want Borderlands on the Switch, and they've had conversations.
The conversation was, we'll bring Borderlands 1 or 2 to Switch if you, Nintendo, fully fund the port.
That's what I was thinking.
And Nintendo said, hey, Randy, go to hell.
Hey, Randy, don't forget your USB on the way out.
So don't you fuck on me on this. And Randy's like, I'm using that.
That's probably what happened though, is they wanted him to he wanted them to publish and put a lot of money in to help with it, most likely. Avedon says if they don't fix Sonic's legs, the redesign is pointless. Sonic's like entire body needs help, but definitely his legs and his shoes are completely all off. So
you think they're actually going to give him gloves now instead of just fur white hands?
That's the one that I don't know, because that's the one that might be really tough, because he might interact he might actually touch
touching
things,
objects.
That's the thing I'm thinking about. I'm like, I don't know about that one. We'll see. Modern Vintage Gamer with $1. Thanks, Modern Vintage Gamer. Dreadmaster, great Earthworm Jim talk, guys. We're about to cover that in a second here with Sean real quick before we sign off. Then Lucius with $1, no message. Sean, Earthworm
Yes.
Jim. Earthworm Jim.
Yes,
Go.
yes.
What are the thoughts here?
A lot of people are. Jesus.
A lot of people are, yes.
A lot of people are pissed. They're like, why isn't this coming out on the PS4? Why isn't this coming out on the Xbox One? Why isn't this coming out on Switch? And you know what? I like that it's not coming out on those. I like that it is exclusive for the Intellivision Amico. Why? Because exclusives sell consoles. And the Intellivision Amico went from, what the hell is that thing to what the hell is that thing that now has Earthworm Jim on it. I want to know more about it. So I think it's a smart move. One of the things I was concerned about with the system, one of the many things, was the fact that they said, we're going to bring back Intellivision and Atari games and shit. And it's like, okay, that's fine, but I don't give a shit about those. I want, shit from the 8-bit and the 16-bit era. And the fact that they managed to get Earthworm Jim, they managed to get the IP, they managed to get, the original team involved in it, all on board with this, like
The 1993 team?
Yes,
Yeah.
Intellivision
Jesus.
did. And Tommy Tallarico did a live stream on the Intellivision channel today with all the original people. Like even fucking David Perry was right there, front and center. It was like, okay, is there, whether the system is a success or not, it definitely remains to be seen. There's so many questions that involved in it. But the one thing I have to give Tommy Tallarico credit for is he's obviously putting his ass into this, and he's putting everything he has into this project. So for that, I'm definitely interested. So I love that Earthworm Jim is coming back. I think it's cool, and I think it's cool that it's an exclusive on a new system because it gets people talking and it gets people excited.
You remember
I think I'm on the complete opposite end of you on this spectrum. I think this new Earthworm Jim, frankly, it can go to hell. Doug Tennipple is a bigot. He's a transphobic piece of shit. He can go fuck himself. And his characters in the game reflect his views on things like evolution and all types of stuff. So, I mean, it's really, when the game came out when I was a kid, cool. Now, fuck it. That franchise can burn.
I mean, that's fair. Like, what the fuck do you say to that? Like, I mean, that's cool,
You heard it here first, folks.
I mean, if that's your stance on it, like that's cool with me. I still like Earthworm Jim. I'm still gonna play it. So,
what's interesting is the games on there are supposed to be like $5 to $10, right?
Well, 3 to 8.
3 to 8.
And then they're gonna have limited physical editions as well for some of the bigger games. I think if you come out of the gate with something like that, and a couple other games as launching alongside of the system, I think you can make a little bit of noise.
So who am I supposed to look up now, Nate? That I've now learned about apparently.
Doug Tennipple. He's the creator of Earthworm Jim. He's a piece of shit. He's a transphobic bigot. He's a fucking asshole.
Okay.
I just want to know, how fair is it on a scale of 1 to 10? What's the fairness scale, bro? I'm gonna give it about an 8, 8.5 to 9. That's fair.
That dramatic pause in between.
I mean, it's like his brain was processing. And he's like, let's just go this route.
Hey.
Well, let me ask this: do they need something else other than just Earthworm Jim, Sean, to help sell the system?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just, to me, it's more of the fact that you're going after bigger franchises from that era. That's obviously what you want to focus on with this system. So I think it's a good first step. I think you obviously have to have more steps. Like a lot of the questions I have are about the controller itself, because it's like it's modeled after the Intellivision controller. It has buttons on the side and it has a touchscreen interface and it has like a rotary thing. But during the thing today, Tallarico is saying that you're not going to be playing it like you would a touch screen, like just tapping it and stuff. So,
Okay. Yeah, maybe they'll have a separate controller as well, or I don't know. It looked a little weird, the controller. But
That's fair.
We'll see. That's
fair.
fair. That was a
That's the new big if true. That's fair.
I think so.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's fair.
Let me go through the super chats and we can finish up here. Modern Vintage Gamer with another $1. Thank you, Modern Vintage Gamer. That's our friend. That's your friend from across the pond, right, Sean?
Yeah. Please, sir, may I have some more?
Mono 82 with $1. Thank you. Ryu Cage says Sonic done like Space Jam instead. Space Jam was something else when that came out.
Yeah.
I'm
That
excited.
was amazing.
I'm excited for the new one. That's gonna be
I
cool.
think there's another super chat that says that's coming up. This is like Roger Rabbit, which like
Yes. Yeah. Who Framed Roger Rabbit came out in 1988. A Sonic movie
honestly,
that have worked.
I would love that. Roger Rabbit's one of my favorites. as a
Oh, it's
film kid,
outstanding.
dude.
Still, you can be watching now.
It's so good, man.
It's good. It's really good.
It holds up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That and Space Jam still holds up.
Yeah.
Space Jam holds up.
Space Jam.
Yeah.
Space Jam has some weird effects. that,
Like when he gets sucked into the golf, what you call it, the hole.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad. But
that,
like,
that on Blu-ray definitely you could see a lot more issues with. But Roger Rabbit on Blu-ray looks fine,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
ENR says, "Hey, all big fan here. Keep up the good work." Thank you, Ian. COD Mod says, "Love the GameStop video. Free super chat, by the way. Thank you." Mono 82 with $1. No message. Thank you. Armand says, "Groovy." Brian says, Earthworm Jim, not nearly enough to buy the Intellivision. That's fair, right? Zaya. And then Henry Cobb, in quotations, just saying, "That's fair."
This is great.
And I guess that'll be doing it for tonight. Yeah, that's it for tonight. Let me go around here. Jordan, where can they find you, man?
You can find me on my YouTube channel, Jordan Fringe. I'm working on a new kind of show regarding a bunch of video game entertainment news. And as I was putting on Twitter, the other day, this isn't like the same kind of news show where like I'm not trying to step on any toes here, John. I want people to know, because I got a lot of people saying, "Oh, you're just it's rude to do that to John or anything." I'm like, I'm not making the same news show as you or anyone covering the news.
Oh, that's fine.
So.
Sean did it for a while too.
But I mean, like, it's not like it's nothing like that in general, and I can't explain it until I show it. But I'm working on something like that, covering a lot of Borderlands stuff. So feel free to subscribe to my channel. We're getting close to 30,000, so I'm trying to figure out a giveaway for 30,000.
Cool. What about Sean? Where can they find him, man?
Find me on RGT85. Got some videos coming up this week that are a little bit different. Retro hardware. I got the Wii Dual sent to me from Citrus, I think is his name. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. HDMI and RGB modded Wii, so that's pretty cool. And then I did a Sniper Elite video. That was the reason I was late, because my internet just went out. So make sure you check that out, and that's fair.
Cool. All right, very good. About OJ, where can they find him, man?
Find me right here on YouTube, Player Essence, also on Twitter at Player Essence. I do a lot of streaming now. Streaming has been pretty cool. We do Q&As. We do a lot of like Smash Brothers. We're going to have different themed shows that's going to be coming up pretty soon here. We got a really nice retool coming up as well. So yeah, if you guys want to check out the channel, I also do a lot of dedicated videos like on like Japanese, Nintendo gaming, stuff like that. So if you like all that stuff, RPGs, all that, I do a ton of that content on the channel. So check it out.
What about Nate? Where can they find you, man?
You can find me on Twitter at Direct Feed Games. Link to my YouTube channel there, where there'll be direct feed footage of recently and upcoming Switch games. I actually have a few comparisons coming up in the next week or so. So be a pretty content heavy next 2 weeks.
I'll be curious to see your Saints Row stuff, definitely, before I go pick that up at GameStop for their physical copy. Sean, you heard about that, right?
The physical copy of Saints Row at GameStop?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to stop by there tomorrow and probably pre-order it.
Then, I've actually run into that issue at GameStop occasionally where I go there and they only have one copy. Like, I think they only had one copy of Final Fantasy 12 when I picked that up the other day, which is weird.
Yeah, they only had 2 copies of Dragon Quest when that came out. Dragon Quest 11.
Yeah, so that'd be one to grab. And David, to finish up, says, "You rock RGT, about to watch your Sniper Elite vid."
Thank you.
But yeah, that's going to do it here for tonight. SpawnCast episode 109. This one will stay up, right, Evan?
Yep, it just stays up.
There you go, guys. You can hang out, watch the rest of it, or come by later on tonight or tomorrow and catch up on the rest of it as well. So that'll do it here for tonight, guys. Thanks for stopping by, and make sure you, I guess, like the video on the way out. Let's stay up. Cool. All right. See you guys next week, 9 p.m. Eastern time.